exceeding expectations. You guys being here. We are a variety streamer. We play a bunch of different games. And one of the games that we're gonna be playing are the Division coming up soon. And let's try
Everyone good? We're good.
Hey everyone, welcome to D6 Stories. My name is Jeff and I am the DM of these lovely people here. We are at D6 Games, as you can see. Our big logo here behind our players, and you'll also notice I'm wearing the shirt or the hoodie here. Oh, I'm getting echo. I'm watching myself on here. I'm getting echo right now. I gotta turn that down. All right, so we are a part of a wonderful store called D6 Games. It opened up, Chris, how long ago? 2 years ago now. It's been 2 years. And there's a real strong presence of D&D here, and for a while we've been talking about getting a group like this together, and thankfully Mark and his wife over here, they had a bunch of the tech already, and so it took a little bit of organization, but here we are today, ready for our first game. You guys ready? Wonderful. Okay, well, a little bit about me. I have been DMing now for a couple years. I've only been a part of Dungeons and Dragons for about 3 years. But I had a wonderful first group. I had a very blessed group back in Omaha, and if you guys watch this later, love you guys, miss you like crazy. I had the joy of getting together with them for a year and running through an entire campaign, and just got a great experience. And when I moved here, I was like, you got to do this more. And enough about me. Why don't we go around and we're going to introduce everyone. We'll start over here. Dave is pointing to this side. So we're going to start with Mark, since I've already introduced him. Mark, why don't you tell us a little about yourself and how long you've been playing D&D?
Sure. So my name is Mark. I've been playing D&D for about, 3-4 years now. A few different groups up a little bit north of here, up in Northfield, Minnesota. And then we've been part of a few groups down here as well. I'm really enjoying it. Just started DMing myself recently as well, so this is a fun experience doing now the streaming portion of it, along with being both a player and a DM.
Yes. So first time streaming, still new to D&D, but man, we're living the dream, folks. We're living it. We're gonna do quick character introductions, and then we're going to we're gonna do person introductions, player introductions, then we'll do characters. So why don't you introduce yourself?
My name is Luann. I've been playing D&D also for 3 years. We started at the same time together up in Northfield, and we moved down here. And I like to play magic types of characters, so that's what I'm doing today.
Cool.
Alright, I'm Daniel. I've been playing 5th edition here for 2 years, and before that I played some 3.5 and Pathfinder. I did a lot of DMing then, and I've been doing 5e a lot lately now. So.
Yeah, very, very good. We have a little bit of history. My last group that I had been doing for the last 2 years, Daniel's been a part of my group there. All right.
I'm Rachel. I've been playing D&D for about the last year now. I started playing over here at D6. And before that, I did a brief homebrew Pathfinder game.
Okay, very good. Very good. Awesome.
Hi, my name's Mike. I've been part of D&D here for about over 2.5 years now, almost 3 years. Playing here, ever since D6 opened up. Actually, a nice bit of history. I've also had the pleasure of playing with Jeff. He basically taught me everything I need to know for being a DM, and I've been DMing almost as long as I've been playing out here too. And I actually DM for Rachel's table on Wednesdays too.
Wednesdays. Yep. Very good. Yes, I'm excited to be at the table with Mike again.
Mm-hmm. And I'm Dave. I'm the old curmudgeon of the group. I started playing D&D in the late 1970s.
There you go.
And I played all through college into the early 1990s when I got a wife and a job and had a real life. And my son, when he turned about 12, started playing D&D with some of his friends. They asked me to DM. I was like, oh, do I really want to do this? This is a kid's game, right? And I DM'd for them a little bit. Now he's 14 or 15. One of the two. Again, I'm the old guy.
Sorry, Colin.
So my son Colin will be joining us in 4 weeks.
That's right.
And since he started, next thing you know, we've got dice and miniatures and books, and here we go.
Miniatures. The whole crate down here. Yeah, fantastic. So as he said, we will have another player. He's got play practice or musical.
A musical, yes.
Musical that he's doing, and so he'll be joining us after that's kind of completed here. So we're working on. I read here that we have a little bit of sound and video. Again, this is our first stream, so you guys have to be patient with us. But we're gonna keep pushing forward here. We're gonna now go the other way around. We're gonna start with you, and you're gonna introduce the character you're gonna be playing. Now, the one thing.
Can you do a clap for this?
I'm gonna clap. Our audio guys, or our sound. Mark is having us do this. Can we do it again? That was a terrible clap. I rolled a nat 1 on my clap. Okay.
Not the moment.
All right. So, yeah. So why don't you tell us again? Feel free, guys, as much as you want. Feel free. As the story goes on, to like, if you don't want to share everything about your character now, that's perfectly fine. We're totally good about letting you develop your character as we go. All right. So.
My character's name is Taman. He's a human. He is about, well, when you look at him, you'd figure late teens, early 20s probably. And he has a
Black hair.
Okay.
That's about all you can tell right
Pink,
now.
black hair,
Pink
carries a
skin,
loot.
black hair, carries
All
a
right.
loot.
What shape are her horns? I mean, it's a.
Yep, they curve back and then point up at the tips.
Okay, cool. Very good. All right.
Alright. I play a tabaxi named Hidden Scratch. He's a bit of a scoundrel. He was raised by pirates. And he is a traveler. He likes to travel by sea all the time. He's been explored the world. He's in his later 20s, and he thinks he's kind of he thinks he's pretty hot stuff. So.
Okay.
maybe
All right.
thinks he's the cat's meow.
Oh, here they come. Did you choose a cat so we could play
Darn
with
it.
cat puns?
All right, so we're gonna have to take just like about a minute or two to try and sync up the audio.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have you do a few claps a few times.
Okay.
Can we?
So we're gonna take a quick moment here to sync up our audio and video. Okay. So if you're watching with us, just hang out, and we're gonna do. So he's gonna have me clap. So yeah, thanks for playing along. We got 2 more characters. All right. What's your cat look like?
All right, go ahead.
That was a 12.
Wow, 10 seconds almost.
A 10-second delay in audio and video. Wow.
Oh wow, that is pretty bad.
Should we all suck down some helium so that we can catch up?
I actually just heard. You want to do it again?
Do it again.
Okay.
That was a little scary.
Nat 20. That actually made my right ear ring a little bit. No per Q. We will get back to the first 3 characters.
About 1 second off now.
They said they missed the first 3 characters because it was muted. So.
I saw that.
Entirely.
Oh, you guys are all watching it too? Yeah.
So they got
Awesome.
three.
You
I
got,
filled in
like,
2 of them.
let me know if I'm missing anything because I want to make sure I'm paying attention.
So they heard mine. All right.
Yeah. One more time. All right. So yeah, what's your cat look like again?
Huh? Oh, he's rather tall, taller than most
Okay.
humans. Thin, has a black and white coat, kind of like a tabby cat. Kind
Okay. Okay, black and white.
Yeah, he's got a skull, wear an eye patch over it. He can can see through the eye just fine.
Nice. So it's just for pirate looks.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. I'm gonna whip back around and get a little bit more description. So we have pink, horns go back.
Yep.
Pierce, any other features?
Fairly young.
Okay.
You notice she does have one set of gold bands on her horn, and then one on just the right horn. As
Okay.
Well.
Okay. Very good.
But otherwise,
Your
tiefling.
Yep. What kind of stuff is she wearing? Like,
Nicer clothes. But
okay.
ready for adventuring.
Good. Good. Okay. So, how big are you? You said you're pretty muscular.
Yeah, pretty muscular. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is his color. He's he's a darker, like a grayish, kind of almost a bluish skin half orc.
Okay.
So not your green skinned orc like you're typically used to, but
Okay.
He wears a bandana on, tied up on top of his head. It's kind of a red band, skull cap kind of a deal.
Okay.
Yeah, he does have, smaller looking tusks that kind of stick out from his mouth.
Okay.
But yeah, aside from that, nothing else really noteworthy.
Decked out. What kind of armor is he decked out in?
He's wearing chainmail.
Chainmail. Okay.
Yep.
Very good. Okay, so we have the tiefling bard. We have the cat, the tabaxi, the tabaxi, and you said you didn't really tell us.
He said he was
Just
a pirate.
looks piratey,
Piratey, scoundrel.
scoundrelly. Okay, very good. We have a big old armored. Could be a cleric, could be something like that. Do you have a visible holy symbol?
Yeah, I do wear I guess I do wear a
Okay.
holy symbol. I do wear an amulet that's kind of around his neck.
Okay.
Could still be a paladin.
Okay. Yeah, could be a paladin, could be clericy, something. Okay, and then
And then Taman identifies as human.
Okay. Yep.
And also he's got a mace and a shield, and yes, he does have a holy symbol.
Okay.
So he could be cleric, could be paladin. He's wearing scale mail.
Sure. What's on your holy symbol?
His holy symbol is a gauntlet
Okay.
with an eye
Okay.
right here, and he also has a tattoo on his wrist, which you'll probably see at some point.
Is it fully exposed or just kind of peeking out? We got. These four. Let's continue to move on. Why don't you introduce your character?
Okay, I am playing. Her name is Adri, She is an Eldrin elf. I guess that's just what you say.
Yeah.
She is studying magic. She's just an average wizard though, so she kind of feels like she can't get any more out of the books at home, so she needs to put it into practice. So she's out looking for that practice and learning through experience kind of thing. Right now her hair is long, wavy, copper colored,
Okay.
tan skin, a little bit on the taller side for an elf.
Cool.
And I'm traveling with a friend.
Okay. Yes, we have a friend, Mark, our tech guy. Oh, you good? Awesome.
Yeah, I can do
It's
my
coming
quick
back.
introduction.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I want you to introduce yours, Mark.
Yeah, so my character, it is a Eric Hakra, and its name is Ki, Ki. So he has a little bit of an interesting backstory. He was part of a group of other Eric Hakra who were actually attacked by a green dragon not too long ago. And he had just come of age and decided that he was going to set out traveling. He actually injured his body and his wings during the fight. It actually burned him pretty badly, and then his bones, a lot of them broke. So he's healed enough where he can start traveling now, but he's definitely struggling with some of his abilities. So he's actually crippled at the moment with the flying, and part of his desire now is to become more with nature. He's actually a druid. He's pursuing that path so he can learn to fly again, whether it's through his own physical abilities or using magic to basically bypass his body's limitations.
Sure. All right. Very good. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to kind of pair you guys off randomly, except for these two, because in your backstory, you guys have come together in the past. You found him, or now did you help him heal, or did you just find him soon after that?
As I was out exploring and learning to become a druid, we actually crossed paths. She's her personality and mine being I'm not a huge fan of people in general. I actually are more in tune with my animal side, and her being a little bit more caring about animals. I kind of attached myself to her a bit and have just basically been following her around.
Okay. All right.
I think I found him shortly after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not too long.
Okay. Cool. All right. So we're gonna pair you guys off, you four off randomly, and because it's no fun to travel alone. It's a lot more fun to travel together.
Right.
And so what you're gonna do is I'm calling you to you're gonna make up a quick little backstory of how you guys got to know each other. After I'm gonna have. Why don't you two roll just a d6 and tell me if you got odd or even.
Even.
Okay, so you two are going to have found each other, and you two are going to have found each other. Okay?
Okay.
And so take a quick moment, chat together, and, well, actually, you know what? I'm going to really put you on the spot here. Okay? So you guys know a little bit about your backgrounds, okay? Oh, let me give you this as well. You have a reason for going to Nightstone already,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I threw out a couple reasons why you might be traveling to Nightstone in the email. If you don't remember what those were, you've heard that close by is the Ardeep Forest, and called that. Where a gal whose name is, I forgot her name, because I'm terrible with names, Lady Nandar, okay? So Lady Vilrosa Nandar has kind of learned that she can make some good money by hosting nobles and sending them into the Ardeep Forest. You've heard that they have a little bit of trouble with the local elves that don't like people going into the Ardeep, so they hire guards to go with them as they go hunting. And so some of you might be traveling to be one of those guards. You might have heard about there's a really nice place, the Nightstone Inn is renowned for its food and its cozy place, and it's the proprietor His name is Morak Urgray. He is known for having a good nose for adventure, and he's always got his ear to the ground, and he's super friendly to local adventurers. He constantly sees them in because they're usually selling themselves out as sellswords for these hunts. But he's typically, they're always asking him for other stuff. You know, innkeepers are always asked by adventurers for stuff. And so he's just kind of known. So if you're looking for that, you can. You also know that there have been rumors of goblins this way, and maybe you hate goblins for some reason. I don't know. So what we're gonna, so I'm gonna have one of you say in your group, okay? One of you is gonna say why you're going to Nightstone, and then the other one is going to say this is how we met. Okay? So I'm going to. Okay, so this is how we're going to throw this together, and we're going to make this official canon suddenly. So I'm going to let you choose if you would like to say, I'd like to say why we're going to Nightstone or whatever. So go ahead and talk. So.
You want to say why you're going?
Sure.
Okay.
Looking for someone.
Okay.
We don't.
Yeah, I'll say why we're going down so you can.
And I will be curious why you guys are going to
Why I'm
Nightstone as
going
well.
is just because I was told to.
Also, you also have heard that Lady Velrosta Nadar is also looking for people who might be able to help as a go-between between the elves and maybe like help them chill out and be a little bit diplomatic with them. And so I only throw that out because I know you're an elf. I don't know how many of these people might be interested in that, or if the elves might at all be interested in talking with them. So that's another reason you could be going.
Could I ask him just a couple of questions?
Totally ask him a couple of questions. Feel free to ask him
So
clarifying
where are you
questions.
coming from?
Yes.
I think I'd be coming from Watson. That's quite a
What would
way.
your be? Like you
Okay.
be on like
My
the
son is
road
watching right now.
down, and you're heading there looking for
Hi, Braden.
Waterdeep.
My boy
Yeah,
plays
that's
D&D
the
with
big
us
city right
sometimes.
on the ocean, right? Yeah.
show up.
And my brother-in-law
That's
is on
basically
right
kind
now.
of like my first time.
I could be
Okay.
looking for this Ardak Morgan's.
All right. And then
Yeah, searching for
where
adventures.
is
Character we have to be
Oh, Nightstone is it's in the Untamed Hills between Waterdeep and Daggerford.
Oh, okay, so
Waterdeep and
Daggerford's to the north. Yeah, to the north, north.
Many tieflings.
Good question.
Tieflings would have pretty
Northwest.
rare.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
but, like,
So we would be
just
coming from
because I've
completely
never
opposite
seen a
directions.
tiefling before, and you're a bard.
So again,
right?
figure something out.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay,
A couple of days out from Nightstone.
All right. Are you traveling alone?
I'm gonna
I guess I would be.
I haven't been able to get
Okay. All right.
I'm just telling
and
the
I
story.
just resigned.
I guess eventually
Back
I could leave that.
I've got,
You're a bard.
I've got a plan then.
All right, so I'm going to start with these guys. You guys can keep talking quietly. I'm going to start with these guys. Why are you guys going to Nightstone?
Get a story. out of
Okay.
you, and you're just not giving me
Well,
a
we
story.
heard that they might need a liaison for the elves,
Okay.
but more importantly, elves tend to have a wide arsenal of magic. Like they're usually pretty good at it.
Yeah.
So I figured I can be the liaison, but maybe they can teach me something too,
Yeah.
or point me to a direction where I might learn some more. And he's just following me, helping me find food.
So I'm a pretty young Aarakocra, around 3 years old. It is the mature age for Aarakocra, but because of that, I don't really know how the world works too well.
Sure.
So I've kind of just relegated the decision making of
Okay.
like how to interact with other people to her.
Nice.
That might
And I
not be a
kind of
good
just
choice.
follow her around. But you know, I contribute. I'm a good hunter.
Sure. Awesome. Yeah, hey, druids are definitely interested in meeting with elves. You know, very similar lifestyle. Okay. All right, so either you guys want to go?
I guess if you want to go around here,
Okay.
we were basically kind of told through our respective, I guess, clergies, if you want to call it that.
Sure.
If you want to define it that way, that they kind of put out the call for able-bodied people to basically to spread the word for their gods, and they basically just put out for the word for the clergy is like, okay, you go, and they're like, okay, yeah, fine, we'll head out and
Okay.
help. And basically, mine would be more of like directly from the voice, as
Okay.
he basically told me to do it. So
Okay, that's right. Okay, very good. And so, So that's what sent you out on adventuring. So, so what's bringing you into Nightstone?
He basically told me to go there.
Oh,
so, yeah.
okay. So you were just like,
Yeah,
oh,
it was a
so
direct calling to
Nightstone.
go to Nightstone.
Okay. Is,
And the way we met was about a little over a day's walk south of Nightstone. I was heading south, he was heading north. I saw that he was an orc or a half orc, and I figured I'd say hello, and he said hi, and we kind of looked each over, and I asked where he was going, and he said I was going Nightstone. And I said, oh really, I'm going to Nightstone, why are you heading north? And he said, well, why are you heading south? Tell you what, I'll follow. Would you like a companion on the rest of the trip to Nightstone?
if you
so someone
if
who's
you know
lost,
a way
we don't
better
know
to
who.
a Nightstone than I do, then yes, by all
No,
means. do it.
I think I'll follow you. I have to talk to somebody.
So you guys just kind of started heading a little bit east. You're like, well, we must be
I
close.
I was heading in the wrong direction. Well, I had actually passed Nightstone apparently.
Okay. You know what? The signpost
and someone
is
didn't let
easy
me
to
know.
miss. The signpost is easy to miss. All
It
right.
might have been dark.
All right. Yes.
We'll go with that.
Absolutely. Okay. Awesome. So by happenstance,
So by
or
happenstance.
is it?
Or is it? You never know.
Are there players at work already to gather this group? Okay.
Alright, so we were on our way to Nightstone for adventure. I was looking for someone who I thought would be interested in the guard position,
Okay.
but otherwise I had heard about the goblins and adventure, and it sounds like a place to be.
Sure. Very good. Yeah.
How we met. My character was got into little trouble in the past town and was avoiding some
Which
people.
town?
Oh, you know that one town that will never come up.
The
ever.
big one?
No.
One of the big ones close by?
No, just a small one that's far off.
Should I roll for like Waterdeep or Daggerford?
Anyway, while avoiding trouble, I came across something that piqued my curiosity. A pink tiefling. You don't see many of those around, and when I asked for a story, well, she wouldn't give one, and I don't exactly take no for an answer. And I couldn't let a lady wander around in the woods alone by herself. That would be ungentlemanly.
Check your pockets. Right.
I'm absolutely resigned to having this cat following me around.
We had a cat follow us around once. We just brought her home. Her name is Tinker. Yeah.
You didn't leave out a saucer of milk for him. Because once you feed him, you
Man.
can never get rid of him.
So no story yet.
It's been 2 days, and he hasn't left me alone.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, cool. So so you are in a couple different bands that you have your different reasons for heading up to Nightstone, and eventually each of you come by, on the high road, which leads in between the two major cities there. Again, it's easy to miss. It's really easy to miss. There is a signpost that, just in case for whatever reason you suddenly that we have Waterdeep and Daggerford, but yeah, a little bit above it, it's a smaller piece. It looks like someone came along and tacked it on themselves. Like the two look very official.
They must have tacked it on after I went by.
Yeah, maybe they did. Maybe they tacked it on afterwards. It's pointing towards Nightstone. Okay, and now if memory serves, based on whatever maps or directions or the rumors you've been following, it's about 10 miles out, right? And so along this path, we'll say, I missed, but that works for me. We'll say that you guys are moving a little bit slower, right? And and then you guys, sorry, because you guys aren't together. You two walking fast doesn't seem to get them away from you. But you two see travelers heading the same direction. Heading the same direction as you, but they're going a little bit slower. One of them has now. Do your wings look pretty messed up?
They're obviously not healthy.
Okay.
A lot of scorch marks, a lot of missing feathers.
Okay, and so they're probably folded up against you.
As
Right?
best as they can,
As best
yeah.
as they can.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys keep your pace, eventually you kind of come up with these guys, and I will let you take it from here.
That's the biggest bird I've ever seen.
I think that bird's a person. Don't eat it.
Oh, I mean, I would not do that. You
Of
just-
course you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't.
Okay. Are you being quiet about your words, or are you being like obnoxiously loud?
Probably obnoxiously loud.
Okay, so you hear someone say, "That's the biggest bird you've ever seen" behind you.
Yeah, I'll turn my head and stare right at the talking cat. Well, that's one of the most interesting cats I've ever seen.
Why, thank you. I am quite interesting. Do you like my coat?
What?
I'm referring to the actual coat I'm wearing, not my fur coat.
What's it look like?
Yeah.
And, you know, long, blue, fancy, something a pirate would wear.
Okay, something a pirate wear. Are there feathers on it?
Oh no, God. Why would you ask?
Because it's my job to ask questions like that.
No, the way I envisioned in my head, no. There would
No,
not
no,
be
no
any
feathers. Okay.
That's in the hat.
So he asks how if you like his clothes.
It's fine. It's unnecessary.
Oh,
You have fur.
unnecessary.
You have fur. Why do you need a cloak?
All right, and you have feathers, yet you...
Are you
Are
wearing
you wearing
clothes?
anything?
I have some leather armor around like my core, but otherwise my arms are largely uncovered. My wings are uncovered. And,
Okay.
Are you wearing pants?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm wearing it in the clothes in the important spots, but I'm not wearing like shoes or anything like that. My feet, my talons, this stuff, they're all out.
You
Okay.
have feathers. Why are you wearing clothes then? Hmm? Why are any of us wearing clothes, really?
She told me to.
It's the appropriate thing to do.
Very much so.
Oh, so you guys agree? Yeah.
Apparently.
Okay. Yeah. Are you guys wearing the same clothes as you are right now in character? No. Okay. All right. Well, these guys are going. You're going to pass them, unless you.
So, strangers, bird person, where are you heading?
We're heading to Nightstone,
Oh, what the...
just up the road.
Oh, okay, what a coincidence. So are we. What brings you to Nightstone?
Well,
Her.
I heard that they need a liaison for the elves, so I'm gonna go see if they can. I'll talk to them and see if I can learn anything from them.
Trying to learn anything? Like what are you trying to learn?
Well, I really like spells.
Ooh, a magician. Can you show me?
No.
No? Oh, that's disappointing. Not very convincing. All right then. And you, what is your reason?
I'm following her
But why?
because she's going to Nightstone. She learning spells.
Are you learning spells as well?
Kinda.
Kind?
Learning about nature.
Nature. Okay. Nature is boring.
At this point, I just kind of turned away from him and started ignoring him.
Okay. Is that the normal response people have to you? Because it's happened now like twice, I think, in a short amount of
You
time.
get used to it after a while.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Oh, how rude of me. I have not introduced myself yet. I am the great Captain Hidden Scratch at your service. And I'll give a little bow.
Nice to meet you. I'm Adri, and Kai. Key. This is Key. Sorry.
Key.
Sitari.
Nice to meet you.
I nod my head at you, and then I continue like pruning my feathers, and I don't acknowledge you anymore.
Group tension. Fantastic. Okay, so while you guys are having this little interaction, there's some woods to your. You're kind of heading northeast, right? There's kind of a woodsy area to your northwest, and come crashing through the woods come these two, and you finally found the road. You've been lost, and they're on the road
See,
too.
I told you there was a road.
Well, what took you so long to find it then? Oh, I tell you, it's just glad to be out of that forest. Where's the sign? Which way on this road is supposed to be the way anyway?
Well, based on recent circumstances, I would say whichever way I say is the right way to go, we should go the opposite.
Where are you trying to go?
Who are you?
I'm Zaytari. I just see that you
You're
need some
pink.
help. Yes, I get that a lot.
Why is
I
there a
see.
cat and a bird there?
And you're a cat and a bird
Quite the interesting group.
and
It sounds like the
And-
first half of a
and
joke.
elf.
Where's the punchline?
I'm not sure.
I think we're the most more
So-
people out of here.
Do you have to stay in between these two, or do they get along together?
That's to be determined.
I
We
see.
just ran into each other. Where were you heading?
We were heading towards Nightstone.
And you point, just for the record. I don't want to.
We're heading towards Nightstone.
Yeah, that's the wrong way.
Nightstone is that way.
That's what I meant.
Right.
And
See, one finger pointing that way, 3 fingers pointing back.
Yeah.
and then I just look for a split second and I'm like, oh, and I just point the direction where the majority are pointing.
Okay. You know, they say there's safety in numbers. Would you mind if we travel with you?
I
Are you
think
okay with
sure.
traveling with them? I assume you are. Sure.
I mean,
okay, good.
yeah, I
He
mean-
doesn't need to talk.
I think you need all the help you can get. Let's
Excuse
go together.
I
more
don't really
people, the
think
more
that's
better.
necessary. Can we talk about this? Like, I'm not sure about this. No.
But
I appreciate you trying to make a bond, dude, Daniel.
They could be our friend, though.
Exactly. Thank you.
So, my name is Taman,
Nice to meet you.
and you are
Zaytari.
Zaytari.
Close enough.
Okay. And you are?
I am Captain Hidden Scratch, the greatest swordsman in the world.
Do you do the bow again?
Yes, I do the power.
Every time.
Okay, so was that hit and scratch or
Hidden.
hidden scratch?
Hidden Scratch.
Hidden,
Okay.
like hiding.
Or just Scratch for short.
Scratch for short. Got you. So, most famous swordsman. Nobody knows. Gotcha.
He's. I'm just gonna, as I scratch my head, like, oh, Sark, hi,
Hi.
nice to meet you, I guess.
What'd you say your name was?
Sark.
Sark. A pleasure.
I'm
Yes.
Adri.
Adri, pleased to make your acquaintance. And
Hi.
your
I am Key from the Star Mountains.
okay.
Across them together.
Okay. Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Are you standing particularly close to her now? With all these people coming in?
I
Yeah.
am standing kind of at a distance from them.
Okay.
Whether or not she, is in range is up to her.
Is in range.
I'm not a huge fan of the fact that there's a bunch of people here.
I
Yeah.
might be awkward with people, but right now everyone's a friend.
Okay.
So
Awesome. You feeling good?
yeah.
Feeling friendly?
What's
We have a bunch
wrong?
of friends and a cat.
Awesome. Yes.
Wait, what?
And their cat. All right. Fantastic. Well, I mean, so, okay, yeah, continue. You take me there, folks, and I'll pick up the narration.
Well, Sark's just gonna, he's got, just a mace that he's just kind of swinging around his head, he's just gonna, well, I suppose we could do more chit-chat on the way over there, probably.
Yes, we should best get going.
Probably. What
In
time
the
is it?
right
Oh,
direction.
you guys are, that's a really good question.
Yeah, what time of day is it?
Evening is approaching, yes.
Evening is
Evening
approaching.
is
We're
approaching.
quite close, but we should probably hurry to get there before nightfall.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, well, feel free to interrupt me at any point. If do you want any other interactions as you walk along? I'm guessing there would be some. I mean,
there would be some.
I have a feeling someone's going to be talking.
So what?
Probably me.
Yep, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what brings you to Nightstone?
Why, the adventure, of course.
Is there a lot of adventure in Nightstone?
There's goblins.
Again, is there a lot of adventure in Nightstone?
I hope so. I've never been. Have you?
No, I haven't. I was just told to go there. I'll find out why when I get there, I suppose.
Wait, so you don't even know why you're going to Nightstone?
Yeah.
No, I did really glean a lot from him when we were walking. It was just mostly just trying to figure out which way to go, I guess.
How long have you been lost?
Like a day.
We've not been lost.
Oh. Of
Yeah,
course.
I think we
We
were.
are on the road to Nightstone, aren't we?
No, we're not lost anymore.
That we are.
All right. Okay, any other? So everyone feels okay with the group they're with now? Anyone going to ask any more probing questions? Again, any probing questions going to be asked? Or
Can I just make just a quick check to see if I've ever seen either a tabaxi or an Arakakra?
yeah, sure. Yeah, you can give me a nature check.
Nature check. Oh boy, that's a 5.
This is, you haven't even heard of these things before. Like, this is, yeah, you're, I mean, you live in a world where there's a lot of things, right? You've heard stories of a lot of things. And you can kind of assume, I mean, if I'm living in the Forgotten Realms, if I come across something I've never seen before, I'd be like, okay, like, there's something I've never seen before, but there's all kinds of things out there, and there's so really this is just more of like a treasured moment of like, whoa, I saw these. Man, I can't wait to tell the story about how I've seen these, and because both would be fairly rare.
Yeah, I'm just like, never seen a walkie-talkie bird or a walkie-talkie cat before. I'm just like, that's just weird.
Do you ask him questions? I mean, or is this going on in your head?
It's going on in my head, more
Okay.
or less, yeah.
Okay, so
See, I'm
you.
just thinking, I've never seen a pirate before.
It's a 7. I have some sentience.
So he keeps looking at you, and he keeps looking at you. Like, I kind of imagine you walking in the front because you kind of were like, well, let's get going, and you just kind of took off because you were like, I'm not sure what to do with this right now.
I'm like,
And then every once in a while he's kind of like, and he'll look back at the other way. He's kind of looking back every so often at you guys. So
I'll dig it.
now again,
Anytime he starts looking at me, I just kind of do the whole bird, like, cocking my neck thing, like,
okay.
Cats do the
And I'll
same
just
thing.
give a weird inquisitive look at it, like, how can he twist his nut that side?
His spine is fantastic.
I'd like to know how.
Do you respond to? I mean, it's not.
I get this all the time. They're obviously basking in my splendor.
Oh, fantastic. All right.
It says he's more bird than man.
Fantastic. Okay, so as you guys approach, you're traveling down this. As you're traveling down this road, you start to hear in the distance a sound of a bell. Okay, a bell ringing. Okay, for a couple minutes, and there'll be a bit of a pause, and then dong, dong, and they'll do it twice, and then there'll be a pause. It's really sporadic, this ringing, right? And so, like, you kind of hear it ringing, and then when it stops ringing, you're kind of like, okay, and then it starts back up, and you're like, well, that's kind of weird. And then it starts back up again, it's like, and then it just keeps going. Closer you get going, closer you get, and it's just randomly going on and off. So.
And it's not purposeful, like church bells or anything like that?
You're not really certain what it is. It doesn't sound like. Yeah, it could be from a church, but it's just really inconsistent. But it does keep going. Sometimes there's longer pauses. Sometimes there's not.
Do dinner bells usually ring that long? As I just.
Oh, you heard bells?
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't
good.
you hear that?
I thought it was just me. Yes. Yes, I hear the bells.
I'm about
I'm
that rung a
hungry
bell
though.
with
We've
you.
been trying for so long. I'm just don't want to eat more of my rations.
Perhaps we should hurry.
Perhaps we should. Maybe we should find the source of the bells. They're ringing sporadically.
Yeah. Okay.
We could run on ahead. No one can outrun at the backseat.
Don't I know it?
Oh my goodness. I left my markers at home to draw on this thing. Did anyone have any markers?
As it would happen.
Okay, we got some.
I don't have my DM case here.
So you guys pick up the pace, and as you get closer to, as Nightstone comes into view, the sound obviously grows louder. You notice that the trail starts following alongside of a small river. Thank you so much for being on it. Fantastic. All right, so we're gonna just take all these out. Okay. So yeah, a river flows around, and as you approach, you realize that the whole settlement is actually surrounded by this river. So the river is kind of flowing towards the town, and it splits off around what looks to be a. Thank you. It splits off what looks to be I don't know how to say this right. It's a motte. It's
Or a moat.
no, there is a moat around the motte, which is
Okay.
it's just kind of a hill that ascends out to there's well, you know, I'm just gonna read what's here. Okay, so a river itself is contained within a wooden palisade, beyond which you see a windmill, a tall steeple, and a high-pitched rooftops of several other buildings. Apart from the ringing bell, you detect no other activity in the village. The trail ends before a lower drawbridge that spans the moat. Beyond the drawbridge, two stone watchtowers flank an opening gap in the palisade. South of the village and surrounded by the river moat is a cone-shaped, flat-topped hill, which is a met. Anyways, and a keep, a small keep, which overlooks the village, has partially collapsed. A wooden bridge that once connected the keep to the village has also partially collapsed. So you guys are coming in from the southwest, and what you're able to see are these. Oh, there we go. I should stay sitting down. Just realized. All right. What you guys see are these. When I say palisade, these are wooden palisades. And they're all spiked at the top. It's about 15 foot tall, and that surrounds it. And so there are a couple buildings that seem to peek over the top, and one of them is a windmill, and one of them looks like it's probably a church. So who is proficient in perception?
That would be the bird.
Oh, so everyone but our orc.
I might be. Let me double check.
Necessary skill.
We have a very perceptive group.
I am not proficient.
Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to just choose randomly two of you. So I'm going to have you and you give me perception checks as I start to draw.
5.
Okay, you notice as you are approaching that there is a gigantic hole inside what you think is possibly the church. Okay, there's a huge hole on the top of the roof. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm going to take a quick
And
moment.
That seems to be where the bells are coming from.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is where that is coming from. So let me draw up what you see here.
So there seems to be a hole in the church where the bells are ringing.
Where?
Look right over there. See
Oh,
that?
yeah, I see that now.
Yeah.
Guess it is a holy place.
Okay.
You're
There's
supposed
a
to
lot of
why the
chirping
bells
coming from over
ringing?
here.
I think that pun was
He
a
got
hole
that.
in one.
Oh
Does
no!
this look like a natural
There's
hole?
two of you now. No!
Does
Okay.
this look
You
like
could
a
say you're
natural
in for a
hole?
whole new type of
Oh.
punishment.
Or like something just blew up?
No, I don't
Your
think
character
it's,
trips.
I don't think it's
Falls
there by
flat
design.
on your face.
Okay, I get up.
All right. No, it does not look like it's by design. Now that he's pointed it out, I want you three to give me perceptions. Okay. So here's the moat.
That was a bad roll.
Okay. So this is where you're coming in. And this is all the waters. Okay. Now you see, back here's the keep. Okay. You see over here the bridge, which is broken. Okay. Been destroyed right there. And yeah, so I'll draw the keep in a different spot later. But so that's all water. You guys are coming in from this side. Okay. You don't have a painted mini. That's okay. Most of mine aren't either. Welcome to
the real world of gaming, where not everyone has that. Okay, so, yeah, so you guys are coming in on this side, and, oh,
there is one other thing. You guys do see that there are towers on both sides. Okay, so what did you three get for your perceptions? What did you get?
8.
Did you get
16.
16?
9.
9. Okay. So you, 16, you notice as you're kind of scanning the area, all of you can see now that he points it out, the hole in the roof or whatever, and then you notice that over here,
there's another guard tower that looked like maybe it was just old and broken, but now you're noticing, yeah, like this is another guard tower, but it's kind of been taken down as well. Okay, and yeah, so I'm gonna put you guys kind of, well, you're off map, you're way out here, but I'm gonna put you there. Okay.
So as we're walking up, I'm gonna say, that guard tower over here, let me point it out, looks like it might have crumbled recently too, or been attacked.
So this looks really recent. What are we gonna do?
Well, they'll just pull up my mace and my shield. I was like, well,
bong, bong,
should see if anybody inside needs help.
I suppose. So, is there forest along the road?
Not really. You kind of got away from that. There's some it's kind of an open plain area. It's got some trees kind of randomly, but
Do I notice any siege engines out there?
no, you don't see anything like that.
Okay.
Yep.
Very interesting. All right. Well, who wants to go first?
Bong, bong,
I was gonna say, do you mean just
yeah, give me a marching order.
put me towards the front? I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna happily be in the back.
Okay.
Front. Pinky in the back.
Yes, Pinky in the back, Brain in the front.
Let's see. This one is you?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. So you two together. That's you. Okay. I guess I'll go with her.
I do rearrange myself so I'm not particularly close to the tabaxi.
Gotcha. It's probably as good a marching order as.
All right, fantastic.
So these are, let's see here. These are about 10 feet, okay? I'm not being really precise on my drawing, okay? So I'm gonna leave you guys like this, and I'm just gonna use his because this is the front, okay? So you want to approach, how do you want to approach?
I suppose on the road.
Okay?
At this point, they've already seen us.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you don't see anyone. As you get closer, right? So you kind of pass the keep. You're looking up at the keep, and
Again, you normally would definitely see guards, and you guys are all kind of tensed up a little bit because you're like, okay, this is kind of weird, right?
There's only one way in.
Yeah, and so it is. You don't see anyone.
Unless someone wants to get wet. Which
Be
I'm-
our guest.
No.
Are you not one of those aquatic
You're
cats?
the pirate.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the coat.
Build us a boat, yeah.
Me in the water, we don't, boats I'm fine with, but water, not so much.
The boat's about 30 foot wide, by the way, which I kind of drew that. Yeah.
So,
30 foot wide.
how far are we away from the water?
About 50 feet.
Close.
So.
50?
Yeah, not far. Yeah. I mean, if someone wanted to shoot an arrow at you right now, they could. Unless you want to, like, yeah. So, again, you tell me how close you want to get. You tell me where you want to go. This is how the road.
We can get up to the towers. See if we
Yeah, I
can
guess we just.
Yeah, make our
Keep
way
an
to
eye
the
out.
entrance.
All right.
No need for caution.
I will knock an arrow in my crossbow. And
I'm gonna draw my rapier.
Okay. So you guys are coming in a little bit in the yellow. Okay. Come in cautiously.
yes.
Okay. And so yeah, as you approach the drawbridge, it's 20 foot long, 10 foot wide. It's made of sturdy oak planks, and it's iron chains are bolted to the. It moves up there's mechanisms on it that are connected to the tower, so it can.
Are the
Gonna draw
mechanisms
that one.
intact?
Oh yeah, everything's intact. So, okay. So you are now at the drawbridge, and there's no one in sight.
I'd like to peer into the water. Is there any fish or anything going through the water?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
21.
Yes, there are some trout.
Okay. And how far below me is the water?
The water is. They didn't tell me that. So based on the picture, it looks like it's about. It's actually pretty evenly sloped.
Okay.
And so it's probably not.
Are we like
Like-
right above the water, or are we elevated a bit?
You're elevated a little bit,
Okay.
but there's that much room underneath it to the water.
Okay.
So enough that if it were to get high, that it would still stay above it. But
Okay. I would like to try and do a thorn whip at one of the passing fish
okay,
and see if I can pull it towards me.
okay.
Fishing.
Make an attack on the fish. So Eric Cook is like, oh, fish.
All right, that's not going to be great. Oh, 10.
A 10
On a trout.
on a trout? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a trout, 10 would get you a trout.
Yeah, and it does pull it towards me 10 feet closer, so I'm going to do that and try and flick it into the air and catch it.
You just gotta watch a bird catch a fish,
Well, you got the cat's attention.
right?
Quick, while he's distracted, I push him in.
He's going to be your best friend. A food source that can catch another food source.
This sounds like a wonderful food chain.
I could eat the bird, or I could just let the bird get me other eating. Yeah. All right. Okay, so you're fishing. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I am looking into the.
All right. So as you look inside, the first thing that you notice.
And I'll be right behind him.
Sure. The thing that you notice is that it opens up and there's kind of a big square in the middle, but oh, sorry, it's just an alarm. Okay.
Alarm us.
Yeah, no need to alarm you. Yeah, so it kind of opens up. You do see a. Okay, you see a house, or yeah, you see a house over in this area. Okay, and it looks like it's connected to some penned areas here. So I think that's about as much as you're going to be able to see. But the other thing that you notice is that there's like a big
big rock boulder, and it's kind of been implanted into the ground there. Okay, and then you notice there's another one about right there, and that's been implanted into the ground. So there's it doesn't look like something grew around it. It's like, so.
A siege.
Would those boulders be about the size of the hole in the
Yeah,
church?
it could have been, yeah. Yeah. So you see a bunch of boulders on the ground.
So there's no grass growing up around it yet. or anything?
No, it's actually, this looks like it's kind of a dirt, it's pretty dirty. It's kind of a dirt area. If it rained a lot, it'd just probably be a little muddy, but there's not really any kind of pavement of any kind. But it looks like a square, But that's what you can see if you're on the drawbridge still.
I'm going to actually start to move forward. I'm going to move
Okay.
into.
Sure. Sure. You see here and here, you see entrances to these towers. Okay. So there's an entrance there, there's an entrance there. And as you step in further, you notice pretty quick there's a bigger building right here. And the might have made my map too big. That's okay. So we have the windmill is right here. Okay, so that's right there, and then there is. So this kind of goes around here. Yeah, just connect it all like that. There we go. The building right. Oh. And more kind of pinned areas right here. Which one looks like the church? Let's see.
So you're going to share that, right?
I'm pretty much done eating it at this point.
This one looks like the church right there.
I also, when you ask that, I also just kind of look at you and I don't really respond.
That's cool. I didn't want any anyways.
Oh yeah. There's a bigger building here. Okay. There's a little building right here. And so this is these are fences right here. And oh, that's not a building. That's a fenced area. This is the building. It's a little building.
Big fence, little building.
Yeah, so they got a bunch of little farms around here. Okay, so this is another farmed area. There's a little building right here. Okay. Yeah, this one. That's actually. Yeah. A little farm right here. And looks like this guy has two houses next to it. There's a couple little houses right here. And then rock. Good grief. Rock.
This place rocks.
Rock. Yep, it really does.
Rocks and rolls.
Okay, do you get the point? There's rocks,
This town is
boulders all over the
I'm a
place.
little rocky on the details, but I think there was an
No,
attack.
my gosh. I'm going to give you the opposite of inspiration.
Negative inspiration.
I'm going to give myself inspiration for your bad jokes. There's another guard tower here, another guard tower here. You know, there's a kind of a fenced off area here with gravestones.
I take offense to that.
Dan, are you just loving this, bud? Are you just loving this? You're just loving. Because I had enough people in my other group. It's kind of a bigger building right here inside. These are all like little gravestones. According to this in size, it'd be a giant gravestones, but they're normal sized.
Okay.
Um,
Representation.
yeah. So, yeah, and then we have another guard tower right here. So I'm just gonna put G's on the guard towers.
Man down.
Yep. And then there's one here too. Guard. It looks like 6s, but you get me.
For
And
D6, yeah.
so this is the church. That's where the sounds of the bells are coming from. And let's see here. As you look around town as well, you also, well, you're not sure what that is because it doesn't have anything to say. This is a big building, and it's got a sign in front of it. From where you're standing, you would be able to see. There's an ornate wrought iron sign bearing the name Nightstone Inn. Okay, so this is the inn. Yep. And let's see.
Town of Nightstone.
And then oops. I put that in the wrong spot. Yep, I put that in the wrong spot, but that's okay. Well, you can't really see that anyway, so we're gonna move on. Okay, so you are here, and there's a lot of places to explore.
Well, seeing as how that house, right, or that, well, I guess that's basically just a yard. That's basically right
It's
in
a
front
fence
of there, right?
right
That's a
now.
fence with a.
With a house.
There's another house right here.
I guess seeing that the church is a lot closer and hearing the bell ringing, I guess I'd be more drawn to that first. So I just kind of start making my way towards it.
Okay. You guys just
I'll be
okay
following
with
you.
this? You're happy to just follow this guy?
Let's see what's going on in the church.
I'd like to do an investigation check on the first rock there.
Okay.
Basically, I want to see if there's any indication that the rock was like dragged there,
Sure.
or if it looks like it was more of an impact.
Sure. Yeah. Give me an investigation.
Looks like a double digit.
12.
Not a character.
Investigation at
I mean, it is Rock City.
11.
Yeah, I know.
11. You know, you can tell that it fell from the sky. You know, it impacted here. So it's not natural.
Okay.
And that it definitely, you know, there was some force that put it there. That's about all that you can tell. So, okay, so you want to head on over to where all the noise and the clanging and all that stuff is coming from? All right. Yeah, right. So, let me put my paper back in place here. All right. So, there we go. So, this is a wooden temple. Oh yeah, it's got a big, you know, it's got a big hole in it, in the roof. That's kind of what you noticed, right? Jigger, 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 in the roof, because it's one of the taller buildings, right? And even as you're going, you notice over in the end that there's more. As you approach, the bell is creating a lot of noise, obviously, and you definitely found the source. But it's a wooden temple, and right on the front, you see two symbols. One of them is they look like They look well. They, you know, it's a church, so they represent some sort of. Why don't anyone proficient in religion?
Not me.
No clerics proficient in religion. No, that is funny. Well, I'm going to make our clerics roll for it anyway.
Okay.
See if you recognize
11.
the symbols.
12. That's with a -2.
That's with a -2.
They know only of
that
their
is-
own orders.
That
That's
is
how they-
fantastic. All right, so, there, one of them is a road. One of them is a road traveling into a sunrise. Okay, and the other one is a unicorn's head.
Don't know that one.
Okay, so what'd you roll again?
I rolled an 11.
An 11. You rolled a 12. Well, you're clerics. That's not a really
I know the
necessarily.
road into the sunrise is one of the gods of light.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll say there's a lot of gods in the Forgotten Realms. So, do you think this is easy or do you think this is moderate? Okay. That's kind of where I'm leaning.
Yeah, if it's not my god.
And if it's not your god, who cares? Or I mean, maybe you don't feel that way. But and you're not proficient in it. You didn't really spend much time studying it. So, yeah. So one of them's a unicorn head, and one of them is a road moving into a sunset. You're like, ooh, light.
Yes.
Oh,
that I
probably
do
friendly.
recognize.
But wait, you are a cleric of light, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Lathander.
That's
You have no idea
Yeah, I don't know.
on either of them. But you are a cleric of light. Yeah, I'll give that to you. Yeah, Lathander. Which is a god of light, a god of the dawn, right? It has a slender steeple that the sound seems to be coming from. Stained glass windows depicting ages of birth and dawn and sun and trees and unicorns. The door to the temple is wide.
I look inside the temple. Do I see anything from where I'm standing?
Sure. Let me kind of map out what you see here. Okay, so the door's here. Okay, when you open it up, there's a wall right there with a door in the back. Okay, so the door's back here. Door's here. The rest of this area is fairly open, and as you peek in, sunlight or moonlight. I guess I was supposed to read that first before reading it to you. So yes, the sunlight that is starting to disappear from around you because the evening is approaching pours into this high vaulted chamber through 4 stained glass windows set on the north and south walls. Beneath the windows are plain wooden benches for elderly or the infirm to sit upon, but the room is mostly empty. Okay, there's a back wall that has a wooden pulpit that has steps leading up to it, but the floor of the temple is composed of dirt, so it's kind of a poor man's temple.
Are there any stairs leading up to the steeple tower?
Not that you see, not here. Not in that room. So as you look in there, that's what you see.
Right. Oh,
Where on the map
Do I see anything?
is the bell tower?
It's on this side.
Okay.
Do I see anything shiny?
Not really. Again, like I said, poor man's temple. So
well, I'll begin to walk inside, and I'll look around to see if there's any people or any stairs that lead to other places, or...
okay.
And I'll take the door that goes that way.
Okay. So what are you doing again?
I'm walking into the temple,
Okay.
and I'm looking around to see if there's any people.
Okay. Yeah. So you kind of walk in. Where are you guys all at? We're gonna move you all in here now.
I'm gonna go through that door.
Okay. So this one's you because you're the only normal human-looking thing.
I'll be behind him going to the door.
Okay. Okay. What are you two doing?
I will follow the orc looking for people who might need help.
Okay, so he's kind of just stepping in and kind of looking around for help. What are you doing?
I'm gonna shout, "Hello, is anyone here?"
Hard to hear anything over the
Yeah.
bell ringing.
I'm going to start casting Detect Magic as we enter the
Sure.
building.
Okay. You are cast. It is cast.
Well, it takes 10 minutes.
Oh.
It's
It's a ritual? You're
Yeah.
ritual casting it?
Yep.
Okay. So you start, what does that look like when you start, do you kind of have to take a place, you take your spot, you start muttering and weaving, and what does it look like?
Yeah, so there's some clucking kind of coming. I'm kind of doing it in a way that's kind of hard for other people to really understand. My language is a little bit weird, but I'm doing that, and I'm making some small hand gestures. Anyone who's proficient with arcane would probably recognize what I was doing.
Sure. All right. So you've been looking for magic. Now's your chance.
All right, I'm gonna watch him.
All right. So
Does he do this often?
So you open the door, and the first thing that you notice are there's two goblins in this room, and one of them is hanging on a bell, and they will pull it down together. And then he'll grab it, and then he'll fly up into the air, and then it'll come back down, and the other one kind of pulls it down, and then he jumps off, and the next one grabs it and goes flying up, and they're just cackling, and they're laughing, and they're just having a great time. There's a simple bed in here. There's kind of a straw laid out to give it a little bit more than just a dirt floor, and it looks like whatever. Everything has been kind of scattered across the room. Like the room's been searched, the room's been taken through, whatever. And there's a sack that's lying kind of on one side of the room, but these two are just having a great old time, just swing and just I don't know. Like when I was a kid, so my dad was a pastor, and we had a bell, and we always got to ring it on Sundays at a certain time, and we would totally do this as kids. We would pull it down, and then you grab it, and the bell was so heavy, it would just shoot you up. And you could just hang, and then you'd come back down, and the next kid would go up. And so they're just gleeful. They love the sound of this thing. They're just having a blast. But when the door opens, it takes them just a second, but then the one that's like waiting for his turn's like, and then let's roll for initiative.
All right.
Our first roll for initiative, folks.
Ready to combat.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
Great.
All right. Oh, you know what I was gonna do? I need to remember to do this. I need to. I want to make one of these, so we're just gonna use this real quick.
Oh, look. How fortunate.
It's just sitting here. Well, there's no names on it, so we're just gonna use it, and then I'll make another one if we took someone's that we weren't supposed to. So, write your character's name on here.
Does anyone have a marker?
Oh, I do have markers. Sorry. Yes, that I have permanent markers. So, boom, 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 boom. Go ahead, take them.
Are we supposed to use permanent markers on this?
Yes.
Character name and AC,
Again.
or what do you want on here?
I want, just character name.
Does pen work, or should we
I
do
got
marker?
one.
Yeah, we got a marker.
I didn't hear what you wanted on there besides the name.
Just the name.
Just the name.
I think that one of the guys from my table made a few of these and brought them so other people could use them. They've just been sitting up there.
Both sides?
Yeah, both sides, please.
Turn, don't flip.
Wait, what?
Turn,
So-
don't flip. So you should have your name?
Yeah.
And then you should turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the
Thank
way
you
we're
for
going to, we're
explaining
going to put
that.
you guys in initiative order going down, and then when your turn is up, I'm just going to turn you like that.
Here you go, Jeff.
It's just a simple way to keep initiative.
Ew.
So, all right.
Oh.
Can I see? I want the black marker.
I'm sorry.
When you're done.
It's a long
One
name.
extra. Let's just say that.
Instead of the. Yeah.
All right. And it's doing good for you
You
tonight.
did well.
Very good. All right.
I'm so pleased.
The dice was cocked. I need to roll again. All right. So, okay. So, who got? Did anyone get over 20? Ooh, 2 people over 20.
Wow.
Fantastic. Okay, what'd you get?
I have a natural 20 plus 2, 22.
Plus 2.
I did not roll a natural 20, but I'm a 21.
Okay. All right. So Taman, right? And then Zatari. Am I saying it right?
Zetari, yeah.
Say it again.
Zetari.
Zatari. Did I do that better? Okay. I don't have much of the accent. Oh, I drew a really terrible skull. I'm trying to draw a skull for the bad guys. Because they're going to kill you. You guys ready for 2 goblins to take you out? 2 goblins that are just having the time of their lives. You guys are about to ruin their day.
Yes.
They are just having the best day ever. And, alright.
Don't know that.
They are. They're just having the best day. I know that. I'm the GM, man. I'm the DM.
You don't know we're gonna ruin their day.
We're gonna ruin their day.
You're going to ruin their day.
We're gonna ruin their day if they don't
They
ruin
might
us
ruin
first.
ours.
They look like, yeah, they don't look like they're, I mean, they're grabbing for their stuff. You know, they don't look like they're ready to talk. All right. All right. So,
You need to flip those. I had higher.
oh yeah, you did. My bad. My bad. Thank you. Okay, who got between 20 and 19? Okay. What did I get? Okay, who got between 15 and 10?
Oh,
Okay.
I got 18.
What did I say?
20 and 19.
Why did I say 20 and 19 when I
I
meant to
don't
say
know.
20 and 15? Who got between 20 and 15?
18.
All right.
It's
Kai, there you are.
They're both right there.
Okay, so you got 18. Key?
15.
Key.
Key. And you got 15.
Yep, Adri.
It's also right there.
Wah, 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 wah. Okay. So did anyone get between 10 and 15?
11.
11.
10.
Oh, look at that. The bad guys get up there
Before sword.
before Smark. And then last but not least, you're just so entertained by this magic display. You've been waiting for something interesting to happen with this group. I mean, the catching the trout was kind of rad. I mean, right? It was pretty cool. Thorn whip, because it's magic, right? It was a magical, yeah. So like suddenly this whip came out of somewhere, and all right. So, Zatari, what do you do?
I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery on the one on the floor.
Okay, very good. Yeah, one of them is like coming down from his swing, right? He's like, okay.
Whichever's on the floor.
All right. All right. So I make a save against that, correct?
Yes, wisdom.
Wisdom save. Oh, goblins, they're so wise.
Yes.
Does 11?
It does not.
Okay.
Your mother looks terrible today. And it's 1 point of psychic damage.
He's like, huh. Okay, so
Little
And
tears.
it's
say something about.
disadvantage on its next attack.
Yeah. So
That's great.
so even though it didn't really, he's got a small headache right now, but it still really bothered him. Okay.
Emotionally.
Don't say nothing about my mama. Okay. So you kind of run, you kind of zip in, and I mean you just have to be within eyesight, right?
Yeah.
So you just kind of peek your head around and be like,
I was behind him, so I'm like,
yep. Okay. Do you stay right behind him or do you move back?
I'm going
Work-
to duck out of the door.
Okay, we're gonna kind of theater of the mind this because there's not a whole lot of room
Yeah.
for all the minis. Okay.
He's in the doorway. I peek my head over his shoulder, and then I'm just gonna attack, and then back to the right.
Okay. Very good.
Away from the door.
What do you do?
Well, I'm assuming they noticed that I have this cocked and ready
Oh, yeah.
crossbow. Okay, so
Yeah.
I use command on the one that's on the floor and
Okay.
tell him, sit!
Sit.
This is also a
Also, wisdom
throw.
saving throw, something you're very good at. He immediately sits down. He just kind of plops down.
And
He
at
looks
which point
really
I turn my
confused.
attention to the one on the rope,
Yeah.
and we'll just see if he follows suit.
Okay.
If he's smart enough to.
Okay. Well, we will see, won't we? All right. So the door opens, right? And because you're kind of off doing your little thing, you hear her yell out something, and then you hear him. And again, there's a little bit of energy that comes from both of these. There's some energy that comes from these beyond just their words that you kind of can just feel, right? So you're kind of in your process of doing this. Do you break concentration or you just keep going? I'm gonna say
Well-
you are just a few minutes in.
Yeah, so I'm gonna notice the goblins, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna.
Well, you
so-
notice that they notice something and are saying things. I mean, unless for some reason,
Incantations.
because
Yeah.
again, you're focused on your thing right now.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and stop my casting.
Okay.
I'll kind of take a glance around. I kind of see that they are targeting those creatures over there.
Yeah, you see her duck back around the door. How big are you?
I'm about 5'11".
5'11". Okay.
So wasn't the peek over his
He's
shoulder, like
inside.
peek around his side?
Yeah.
Too
So
short.
you can tell like he's,
Yeah.
you might not see much though because he's like in a doorway.
Okay.
You're not going to see much.
So I'm gonna step into the room to see what's going on.
Okay. Sure.
I assume I see the two goblins.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you're
Oh.
stepping into the room
Yeah.
with them, yeah.
So the one that's swinging back and forth, as soon as that guy is like on a downward swing,
It's actually up and down.
up and down. Okay.
Yeah.
So as soon as he starts, let's see, it would be on the way down.
Okay. Yep. Which is
I'm-
actually where he's going.
Yeah, I'm going to yell at him, get off that thing, and I'm going to cast Gust at him to try and knock him off the.
Awesome.
the bell.
Okay. Do I have another save or do you?
Strength 14.
You guys are letting me roll a lot today. I need to stop rolling that dice. So what happens with Gus? Tell
If he
me.
fails, he gets knocked back 5 feet, which
Okay.
I think would be
Sure.
knock him off the.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So you this wind starts
Wait a minute.
pushing.
He may hold on to the rope, and now
Now he's swinging.
Now he might be swinging. No,
Now he might be
that's
swinging.
the strength throw that he had.
Okay.
So instead of having the strength throw to stay on his feet, it was a strength throw to hold on.
I see.
So the wind blows, and he's like, his leaps are attacking, and you see his teeth, and they kind of flop a little bit, and then he kind of flies back, and he's going to. Well, they're not that tall, so they're only going out. They're probably going up about their height, up to the height or whatever. So like, so the other guy was kind of pulling him down. So, so he was probably about 5 feet up in the air.
Okay.
So 5 feet up in the air, 5 feet back. We'll do a little bludgeoning damage on that fall. And does he take any other damage, or is it just pushing back?
Nope, just the fall damage.
Okay. There's a D4. We'll do a little D4 because fall damage from 10 feet is 6, right?
Right.
So we're just gonna do a little. So he takes a fall and smacks his arm real hard on the ground as he comes down. Doesn't seem to really hurt him too terribly bad, but you now have a prone goblin on the ground, and you now have a goblin sitting on the ground. The goblin sitting on the ground is looking at its legs like hitting them, like, what's wrong with you, And the other guy is just kind of like, oh, pulling up, okay? And you do what?
Okay. I'm going to move up and look around him and say, ask them, what are you guys doing here?
Okay. Well, so that's what you're gonna do. Okay. Yeah. Speaking is kind of a free action. Okay.
I will not attack yet because
Okay.
I feel like they didn't do everything here, and I'm kind of trusting them right now.
Oh, you're trusting goblins are friends. Everyone's friendly. Yeah. Okay. So that's good. I like that. Because now you're doing that in response to the fact that right now you're in
In autumn.
autumn form. Okay. Cool.
I trust without a second thought.
You trust without a second thought. What are you guys doing here? Like, the other one kind of looking down, looks up, and he's like, well, what do you think? It's like, this place was abandoned, and we're just here to get the good stuff. What do you? Ah! And so, for the command,
Yes.
so he has to follow it, right?
Yes.
So tell me about.
It lasts one round.
Okay. So he's sitting there just trying to shake his legs to life, and he's like, you kind of see him glance over at the sack when he talks about getting all the stuff or whatever. He said, "Yeah," and he says, "What do you think? That's why you're here, right? You're just here to get the stuff. There's no one here." And then the other one kind of sits up and is like, "Shut up!" And so he takes half of his movement to get up, and so he then pulls out a bow, and he's going to fire at you. Okay?
Fire at will.
So he's like, "Shut up!" And don't talk to him. He's like, "You shut up! You're always bossing me around." And we're going to have an 11.
Yeah, that kind of misses.
Okay, so he fires a bow at you, and we're just gonna say so he just kind of shut up and kind of just quickly fires something off real quick, and he kind of goes over and shakes his buddy like, "Get up, let's go!" And so he kind of sends it flying into the wood like, and that's gonna be their turn because that's all the other guy can do. He just has to sit, right? So the other guy's up there shaking him like, "Get up, let's go!" And yeah, so that's all he can really do. So we're gonna go to Sark.
Well, how far away am I from
Uh,
the dorm where the commotion's happening?
You can get into the room
All right.
because you were kind of walking around looking at the chapel area,
All
right?
right. Well, I'll move into the room
Okay.
where I hear all this commotion going on.
You're not gonna really be able to get to him yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, because you kind of walked in, we're looking around, right?
All right. Well, I'll dash,
Okay.
and then I'll walk right next to him, just like, "What are you little gits doing here?"
He's like, "Don't you say anything," right? The other one on top, he's like, "Shush! You don't have to answer that." He's like,
And I'll
"We
just-
ain't hurting nobody. We're not hurting nobody. You guys leave us alone."
Did I see the one
There's an arrow in the wall.
shoot at him?
You might have heard it as you were coming in. He's like, "I didn't hurt him. I missed on purpose."
Insight.
A lightning.
Insight.
Sure. I guess I got to do his deception then.
That's an 18.
I rolled a 6. I had a 16. I finally had a good roll. Yeah, no, he was happy to embed an arrow in someone. He's like, "But I didn't hit him. I missed on purpose, just to make him leave us alone."
You still shot him, though. You'll regret that.
No, I didn't shoot him. It's right
And then I'll
there.
And then that'll be all I'm doing for my turn.
All right, so you are now next to him.
Oh man, he tried to shoot you.
What do you do? No, what's hidden
Yeah,
scratch?
you don't want to be
Walk in,
short.
go into the room. I hear all this commotion, and something's going on over there.
Yeah.
I see what's going on in there. You said there was a bag. While everyone's distracted, I will. Yeah, it is. Because they're
I don't know if you would have seen that part.
No, not the bag.
Yeah, I don't know if you would have been in the room at that point.
But there
it would
is
have been
a bag.
quick glance.
It was a glance.
Yeah,
No
what?
one
Yeah.
said anything about the bag.
Yeah.
But
I did as a description of the basic room or whatever. But
no guys, no bag.
You were distracted
well,
by
why
fire.
don't you give me a quick? If you want to use your bonus action to do a quick scan of the room, you can totally do that.
Sure. That actually sounds good. Basic perception, 14.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You see, everything's just kind of scuttled around, but then a kind of a nasty-looking, dirty, something that maybe a goblin would own, kind of a sack, is thrown to the side of the room. So,
Yeah, I'll just draw my rapier then and walk towards the one that's sitting on the ground.
okay. So you're right next to him, and you're right next to him.
Yep.
Wait, which
Okay.
one is he next to? The one with
Oh
the
yeah.
bow?
Did you move
I'm
in,
next.
or did you just say sit and you just kind of stood in the doorway? I guess I didn't. ask
I
you.
just said sit and made enough room for people to get
Okay,
if they wanted.
cool. All right. So you're next to him. You're next to him. You're in the room. You guys are not in the room, but you are as well. Okay. What did that look like? Did you flap your wings?
Yes, I did actually.
Yes, you did.
I stretched out my wings and put my arms out, and I flapped them as best as I can.
Okay, so the first time you guys are seeing these wings unfurled, basically, and you're kind of it kind of looks like that might have hurt a little bit, but maybe it doesn't any longer. But
I'm definitely not stretching them out all the way, and there's like lots of feathers that are damaged or missing. It's obvious scarring and stuff. So whenever I flap, it's not like a healthy bird flap.
Yeah, it's kind of like. I kind of imagine. Can I just throw this out there? That so. Did you say their normal walk speed is 15? Like
25.
It's 25.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of imagine that your wings are. Like when you're hurrying, your wings kind of come out and they kind of flap a little, just naturally, right? When you're trying to move quick, they just naturally do that because that's what you would do to move quickly. Use your wings. Because I mean, if I'm a bird and I have wings, I'm not running around on my feet a whole lot. If I got to move quickly, they're coming out, right? So okay, so you just draw your rapier. You weren't as far in because. He came in and he just kind of took a little corner, started doing his spell. You kind of stood there watching.
Speak actions.
You were walking in there, right? So you were a little bit further, and that's why I said you couldn't quite make it all the way up to them.
Even with a dash?
Yeah. Well, no, you are with the dash.
Yeah.
No, you weren't going to be able to move and attack.
Yeah. Okay.
But what's your movement speed?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay. Again, the way that I kind of saw you guys coming in, and he just immediately did that. Because you didn't say you were going and searching for anything. You just kind of came in. You were probably enough to be able to get in right next to him if you want.
Okay.
So, do you want to make an attack? Or are you just going to stand there with it?
Just gonna stand there. And
Okay. Okay. So, what are you doing?
I'm gonna peek my head back around him. Still not
Okay.
going in the room. Cast Vicious Mockery again at the same goblin.
Okay.
The one that's sitting, I think.
Okay, yep, so he's sitting. Okay, very good.
So wisdom save.
Oh, yes, that's right. Thank you. Okay, those dice have sucked for me, so I'm going to use this one now. It went from a 2 to a 20 to a 2! What do you say this time?
I've seen better dressed scarecrows.
Okay.
For another 2 points.
For another, okay, very good. Very good.
And then I'm just gonna go back to hiding.
ouch, I felt that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's like, oh, you're so vain! I didn't do anything to you! Okay.
I noticed them look towards the sack.
Yeah.
So I'm going to walk over to the sack and pick it up. Meanwhile, keeping my crossbow pointed at
Sure.
the
So you want
the
to
one
kind
that's
of
not
rummage
sitting.
through it?
Well, yes, and I'm going to say, so you two were smart enough to realize that you're dead if you put up a fight, right?
Okay. They don't really respond. They kind of just snarl at you.
So
Okay.
just chill out, and you might get out of here alive.
You give me your perception. I mean, not perception. Persuasion.
Persuasion. I have some of that, but not really. 10.
Okay. Okay. You picked up their sack, and they didn't like that. So your words are falling a little bit on deafer ears, because they're like, they're not. Yeah.
So what do I see in the sack?
As you open it up, you see some incense.
Okay.
You see a holy symbol with the unicorn's head on it. That looks fairly valuable. The incense looks pretty valuable as well.
Okay.
There's some personal effects, like, there's some priest underwear and, socks and stuff, and maybe like one sandal. Those don't really look like they're worth much. And there's also a couple of empty vials, and there is a wooden box in there.
They drank the holy water.
That's why I laughed, because I was reading this, and I'm like, it says he drank it. Yeah, they drank the holy water. I want to give you an inspiration for immediately coming in and being like, playing your character well and saying like, oh, they're just friends. I'm not, I'm just asking. And I'm giving you inspiration for a great guess. A fantastic guess. Now, I kind of gave it away a little bit when I giggled, but that was a great insight on your part. Because holy smokes, yes, that was holy water, and he totally drank it. There's also a...
My character would actually chuckle at seeing that.
There's a wooden pour box in there as well.
Okay.
So there's a box inside.
So, So as he's going through it, he's like, "You guys can keep that. You can keep that." He takes the holy symbol. He's like, "No, I can't let you have that." The core box, when he shakes it, does it rattle?
It definitely does. There's definitely some coinage in there.
Well,
You don't take it
we'll
someone else.
we'll think about this, but everything else in the bag, you answer a few questions for us.
You would know that the blocks of incense are probably worth like 5 gold pieces each.
I know, but still.
Okay. Oh, so you're using that as like, so we're gonna keep this, we're gonna keep
Yeah,
this.
but there's other stuff in here that, there's some things that.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So what are you saying to them then exactly?
and I toss this out. I'm like, I think you can keep what's left in there and make it out of here alive if you tell us what's been going on here.
Okay. Well, why don't you re-roll your persuasion, and so it's basically like you just gave yourself advantage.
That would be a 19.
A 19. Okay. So they kind of look at each other. Do any of you speak Goblin?
Nope.
Okay. They say a few words to each other in Goblin, and one of them looks up and is like, "What do you want to know?"
How long has this place been abandoned?
They let's see here.
We're still in initiative.
We're gonna. Do any of you want to do something while this is happening, or do you want to let this interrogation happen?
This happen.
I'm gonna let this happen.
Okay.
I guess I'll let this
So
happen.
we're just gonna kind of hold it in this initiative. Okay, we're just gonna hold it, and then if things kind of happen, then we'll just stay. Okay. They say he tells you that they have. Let's see. They came here this afternoon because they heard yesterday that the townspeople had run out and abandoned it.
Do they know why?
No.
Who did you hear this from?
He says one of our scouts told us that they saw humans fleeing away, and they recognized one of the humans is coming from this town. So they came to investigate, and they found the place was empty, and so they sent out a bunch of people to see if they could find anything good.
Where did the people run to?
They said some of them ran down the road, some of them ran into the woods. Maybe they went to go ask for help from the elves.
Are there more of your friends scavenging around town, or just you two?
Maybe.
Yes.
You got your answer.
So no then.
He looks down like he's really excited, like. Not obvious at all. Not obvious at all. Yeah. He looks proud of himself now. Yeah, we're the only ones. We're the only ones, right? Right? We're the only ones. Yeah, we're the only ones.
The only ones in the church, maybe.
So, anything else?
I'm
We can leave now.
I'm for letting them go.
So you guys don't have any idea who did the destruction in this town?
No! No, we just are taking advantage of this empty town. How often does that happen? Why are you here? Isn't that why you're here to get the stuff? I mean, you're obviously stealing from us, so you don't mind stealing from them. You're just as bad as we are.
We were sent to help the people of this town. Now that they're not here, well, I guess we gotta figure out where they were.
So you're just here to take their stuff like we are.
No.
You guys are no better than we are.
No, we
You're
are
high
definitely
horses.
better than you.
So we
you
can
little
leave?
kid.
We can leave. He kind of grabs the thing.
Leave town and
Have you-
never come back.
Sensible. Do I believe him or
Do you You can give me an insight. Believe what?
that they didn't do this and that they're just here to steal stuff?
Okay. What'd you get?
18. So.
You believe him. Yeah.
Goblins aren't known for their proficiency with siege weapons.
Have you guys seen any strangers or people who don't look like they're from Nightstone around these
No.
areas?
Nope. Only all of our only us. It's only us.
Inciting that.
Well, no, you don't even have to. You know he's lying that there's more here. I'm just having fun with it.
I'd like to be standing at the door and just kind of watching out, making sure that there's no other little goblins coming.
Sure. Yep. You don't see any other goblins.
What they say.
I toss him the sack and I say, "Go get your friends and get out."
I don't think
Of
that's a
town.
good idea. Them going to get their friends. I think it is best that no one were to know we were ever here.
Obviously, since the
They kind of start hesitantly walking towards the door.
I
Just wait a
go to
second.
block in front of them. Now hold on.
I thought you said we could leave. We answered all your questions.
Hold on.
This wasn't the deal.
Leave.
Why?
Do not go to your friends.
Why would you say that? Do you have something to hide?
No, it's not. I'm just being cautious. I don't exactly get along very well with goblins.
I look at the goblins. Have you ever seen one of those before?
Cats?
That tall?
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying, we never let any go.
I lean over towards one of the goblins, like, cats like to be petted.
They're kind
Go check it out.
of. They're kind of getting close. Like they're kind of trying to get close to the door.
I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna grab each of them by the scruff of their neck.
Hey! We answered your questions. What do you want from us? You want us to leave? You want us to tell our friends to leave? What do you want?
Also, you admit there's more of you.
Oh,
No,
so
I
did
mean,
say-
you want? Yeah, those are your words. They were my words. I'm just shut up.
Tell you what, you two are free to go. I will see you outside personally, and you never come back.
Okay.
And if you pull any funny business, I'll just kind of motion towards them, and I'll just pretend like I'll go to bash their heads into each
Sure.
other.
Okay.
Got it.
Well, yeah. You gonna let us go?
Sure.
Okay.
Hang tight. I'm just gonna keep holding on to them.
Okay. So you continue to hold on to him.
And I'm
Fantastic.
going to walk them out.
You're gonna walk him out.
I'm gonna walk them outside the gate.
So you have him grappled.
in each hand. Yes.
All right. So you go to the gate
Yep.
and you let him go.
Yep. I'll go past the drawbridge, and I'll set them down.
Okay. So they kind of hit the ground. They kind of look at each other and then they kind of skitter off and they.
I'm gonna keep watching until they're out of sight.
Okay. Sure. They head north.
They will be back.
They head north.
It's quite possible.
We will be ready for whatever comes next, I suppose.
Which way was north from here?
North is this way.
No. And they said that they had encountered some humans leaving, heading north from here earlier, right?
They said that they saw some going into the woods. Yep, and the woods would be north.
Okay.
And then yeah, going that way as well.
Where exactly did you set the holy symbol down?
Oh, I have it in my hand.
Yeah, I thought you set it to the side somewhere.
Well, then I sit
In the
down.
room where he's
In the
standing,
room.
watching it.
Watching it.
Yes,
How
yeah, I'm
closely is he
It's
watching
right next
it?
to me. Don't even think it.
All right. So you walk. What are the rest of you doing while he's walking them out?
Search the rest of the.
I'm cutting the rope
I'm
with the
gonna,
bell.
I'm gonna be,
No more bell
I was
ringing.
thinking-
I'm gonna be casting
As
detect
high as I
magic
could
again,
reach.
as
Okay.
usual.
Okay. So by the time he gets back, kind of watching them and making sure they don't have any funny business. Yeah, your 10 minutes is up, so you detect magic. So you kind of, because it's a 30-foot radius, so you kind of walk around.
I started casting again once the goblins were out of sight.
So you kind of walk around, but yeah, there's really nothing much around here. The holy symbol maybe kind of gives off a little bit of a glow, but so do theirs, you know.
Yeah. And I actually am also specifically looking at the group of strangers that has decided to join us.
Yes.
Just to see if anyone else here is glowing.
Yeah, not really. Not really. Yeah, just again, maybe a little hint off of their holy symbols.
Well, actually, there might be something now that I think about it.
Okay. Do you want to tell me quietly, or?
Well, no, out of
I
character.
definitely
can
didn't award anyone
No,
magic
no,
weapons early
it's a
on.
feature that Force Clerics can do.
Oh yeah.
It's
What?
you might
Oh.
sense a little bit of a glow coming off of my mace.
Okay.
That. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Enchant is
I,
maze.
I,
That's
I
right.
wouldn't know what kind of magic that is from the Detect Magic.
You could probably sense if it's enchantment.
Hang on.
Enchantment or
it-
divine.
I have this really awesome picture that I saved. It's called the 8 Schools of Magic. Okay, so it has this, and it says abjuration, protect stuff; illusion, make stuff seem like other stuff; enchantment, make things do stuff; divination, know all the stuff; evocation, destroy stuff; transmutation, change stuff into other stuff; necromancy, do creepy stuff; and then conjuration, make stuff appear.
So
right?
probably enchantment.
So it would be enchantment.
Yeah,
It would be-
enchantment. Yep.
But again, DMs, one of the best pictures I think I've ever had. Because
should
how
have-
many
I should
times
have
have I
it for
looked
sure.
at this picture?
A few times.
I have it saved as one of my favorite pictures because I go to it all the time. If anyone in the chat's interested, I'll put a link to where I found it. So just on the chat, you can put that in there. But it's such a great thing. Or friend me on Facebook, and I'll put it on there for you.
Right.
Yeah, find me on Facebook. Let's be friends. All right. And what are the rest of you guys doing while he's doing that? He's doing that. You just kind of waiting for him to come back, or anything interesting you want to do? Cutting the rope. I thought that was hilarious. No more of the bell sounds.
I'm gonna
Especially for goblins.
open the box and see how much is
Oh,
in there.
sure. You have 37 copper pieces and 15 silver pieces.
All right. Well.
The holy symbol's worth about 25 if you're good at
Well-
trade.
He's busy. He's counting coins right now.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
he can't be holding on to things while counting coins. You know.
I can stick it in my pocket.
Okay. So that does bring up a good question. Is this kind of all for one and one for all still, or because this isn't technically a formal party yet? You guys kind of all just happen to come across each other. So are these coins going into your pocket right away?
No, there's 37 copper and how much silver?
37 copper and 15 silver. And again, the unicorn head shaped holy symbol is probably going to be worth about 25. Again, if you barter well.
Would I recognize the deity that it's representing?
You can give me a nature. I mean,
Religion.
religion.
12?
12. It's a nature god. I'll give you what I gave him. It's the goddess of the forest. Myliki. Myliki, the goddess of the forest.
And being a druid, you
Yeah.
would probably be a little more
Yep.
familiar with
That's
Yeah.
why I'm giving it with the 12. If you don't know anything about religion, I think it's moderate. But if it's within your school of some sort,
So-
it makes sense.
Well, we have some change in the
But
box,
other
and we
than
have
religion,
this
no, I'm not proficient.
unicorn head holy symbol. Normally, I would say we give it to leave it with the church, but there's no one here to give it to.
Oh, what a shame.
I'd like to make sure there isn't anyone left in the church.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty like sparse when it comes to decorations, and I mean the nicest thing is probably that the bell's probably expensive.
A little big to carry.
Yeah, the stained glass windows, even though they don't look amazing, they're still
worth something.
yeah. If you could take apart 10-foot tall stained glass windows and carry them somehow. But there's a couple pews. There's a bed around with some straw. It's pretty. Again, it's a poor man's temple. There's not.
No sign of people recently. Well, but not
I mean,
since
if you
the
want to give me an
destruction.
investigation,
Yeah.
yeah.
Could I
Is there anyone? Oh yeah,
borrow
we'll just.
that holy symbol? The holy symbol is shiny. Can I see it?
Oh, you
20.
like shiny things?
20. Oh yeah. So you definitely see the feet of the goblin.
See it.
As you you see, so because it's a dirt floor, someone scurried out of here
You can
quick.
hang on to it if you want.
Yeah, someone scurried onto it out of that real fast. Make sure you write that down that you have it.
That I have that?
Yep, that you have it. And
No.
let me see here. Yeah, I mean, in that room, there also was a boulder that was embedded into the ground that came through
Mm-hmm.
the church, and so that's really the only other feature. But yeah, there's no one around. There's no one around.
If we want to explore around the building in town.
I know where I'm heading next.
Where are you heading next? Where
I'm
you
gonna
going?
head to the inn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get back.
Yep, I think that.
Actually, here's what I'm going to say. As you are getting back, and as you are finishing the spell, and kind of immediately you're able to sense, because they're all within 30 feet from you, right? As you're heading into the inn, you hear some low growling off to the east. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
This
if
way
you
is east.
that way is east. North is that way. East is that way.
The inn is to the east.
Yeah,
Oh.
the inn is to the east. So I'm just saying, as you're kind of walking, you kind of hear that. Before, the bell was making so much noise that it was kind of hard to see or whatever. And as you were really just concerned about the guys.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a lot going on outside of that. But as you're coming in, you kind of hear a low growl.
Raising my mace and my shield. Just.
So you kind of look over, but you don't see anything.
I look over towards the sound. I don't see it.
It sounds like it's further away. Like it. You don't think it was necessarily directed at you, but there was definitely a growl of some sort.
Oh.
Are we all in range to hear this, or just him?
I'm just gonna say him because you guys are inside, and he's outside enough just to be able to catch it.
I'll just kind of gently nose my way over toward. There's like something else out there. Let me go take a look. I'm going to cautiously try to make my way towards the growling.
Okay, so you just
like
give me
to
a stealth.
All right. Oh boy,
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage because
He's like,
Wearing chainmail.
shink, shink.
Oh man, that's just only on the one side. That's an 11.
Okay, so you have an 11. All right. So he kind of says, "Oh, I just heard something," and he just goes. There's not much thinking with this guy. He just kind of does.
No.
Which I love. Okay. So you rolled an 11.
Do we need to be going after him?
I'll go.
I would like to actually kind of follow behind him.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll go after him. I feel kind of responsible.
He's like, yeah, he's like, there's something over there, and then he just goes. Awesome. Okay. So you kind of start shink,
Yep.
shink, and so I'm gonna say you get to about there when they're like, maybe we should do something about this, right?
Yep.
And so you guys start heading out. Who's first? Who wants to be first out the door?
I will be.
Key.
Oh, yeah, key, and then
Okay.
I'll be after him.
Okay. Okay. So you guys are kind of going out. So I'm going to say you kind of come around and you see him kind of failing at walking quietly. And then you see a head poke out on the other side of the inn.
What kind of head?
I'll show you. I'll show you. Here's a good one. All right. You see a head. A dog-like head.
Dog.
Yep. But big. Big.
Oh, no.
There's dogs, and then there's this, and it's big. Stick his head around the thing, and it sees you, and it's like. And it's time to roll initiative again, folks.
Yay!
All
Stick
right.
my head around the corner.
Oh my gosh, it did it again! It went from a 20 to a 2!
You should keep that tower.
Dang it! It keeps. I don't like you. I don't like you. This one is so good to me
I
sometimes.
swear that tower's been a blessing and a curse.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I have killed so many characters with this tower. Okay. So who got over 20?
Natural 20.
Okay.
Natural 20, 22.
22 and
Natural 20 flat.
okay. So okay, and then Spark. So there's a kind of a snarling bark that lets out, and even though you can't see it, you're like, need to do something. Okay. Who got between 19 and 20? No, who got between 15 and 20?
15.
15, 15,
18.
18. Okay, so payment, and you all had 15s? 15, 15, and 15?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to do this kind of interesting then.
Roll for it.
No.
Fight to the death.
Well, who has the highest dex?
Plus
I have a
3.
+3.
Okay, +2. Okay, so then we're going to have you guys move on the same turn. You guys can decide who goes first. Okay, so you guys can kind of make that decision. And so you guys are going to be together. Isn't that nice? So you can.
So
Do you
just
want- do you
those
wanna
two
roll
and then
for it?
me?
Yep.
Do you want to roll for it?
Yeah, you can just go first.
Okay.
All right. So you hear the, and for some reason you're just like, he says to leave, and you're like, no, he shouldn't go by himself. And then so you're already like, there's more bad stuff out there, and you just, what are you preparing even as he?
I will prepare. Well, he said something. Did I hear the growl bark thing?
Yeah,
not yet.
it's about 100 feet away from you.
About 100 feet. Okay. Did I hear the
Oh,
growling?
yeah,
and
well, you
barking
heard the
at-
bark, for
Okay.
sure. You heard the warning. It was like, it's like, I don't know how to do dog noise, but there's a bark, growling. It's deep, it's big, it's loud. This is a large creature,
Okay.
so it makes large noises.
I'm going to start moving out and coming towards, walking outside slowly to see if I see it.
Okay. Yeah, as
Um,
soon as you're
if-
outside, you can see it.
Okay.
So we'll just put you all kind of next to the door.
Yep.
Okay, so you can you can get to about here. If
Okay.
you kind of want to come out of it, and you can easily see them.
I will ready an action of firebolt if the dog starts charging.
Okay, so if the dog starts charging, you're gonna firebolt it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But as
What's the range on your firebolt?
120 feet.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
good. So
120.
easily. Okay.
Yep.
But you're still gonna hold.
Yeah, but right now
You're
my
like-
hands are just in the air, like, calm down, puppy.
You're like, it's okay. It's okay, puppy. All right, very good. Okay, so you are holding your action until it does that. Okay? Sark,
All right. How far?
you might not feel as trusting of this drooling, many-toothed, barking, angry-looking, big,
It's a big.
nasty. This is what they look like.
Oh boy, yeah, that's a big nest. I know it's a big, nasty, ugly-looking dog, and where
There's not a goblin on its back, though. Or maybe
Well,
there
I'm
is. I don't
going
know. You just see its head.
It's a ward.
Yeah, out of character. But in character, I'm like, well, I'm gonna move 30 feet towards it,
Okay. Awesome.
Nice puppy.
and I'm going to hold an action. And if it charges me, I'm going to, basically, I'm gonna whack him with my
Okay, gonna smack him. So you two are holding it to smack it if something happens. All right.
I moved 30 feet towards it,
Okay.
and I let fly with the crossbow bolt.
Okay. Awesome.
For does an 11 hit?
No.
Bummer.
No. So you take a shot. So you step out and you're kind of speaking slowly, moving your hand, and you can see little flicks of fire starting to come from her fingertips. You're getting there and you're like, come at me, bro. You know, you got your mace. You're just ready to strike.
Yep.
And as you're doing that, a crossbow bolt fires kind of besides you. Maybe you were concerned about, you didn't want to hit
Didn't want to hit him.
didn't want to hit the guy, and so you're kind of concerned about hitting him. So you kind of went a little bit too far, and it just kind of zings by his face. Okay. Do you have any bonus action or anything yet? We're all level 1 characters. Level 1. All right. So do either of you want to do something?
Yeah. So I'm gonna move forward as far as I can, which 25 feet. Is that? are we
Yeah,
doing,
you're gonna be like right next to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I am gonna prepare to cast Animal Friendship on it as soon as it gets in range.
Okay. Which is
and-
what range?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay.
And I'm gonna look at the guy that is that the guy that shot the crossbow right next to it?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna look at him as like, don't be shooting at him. He's just a dog.
Now hang on a second. Hang on. One thing.
Yep.
Does animal friendship only work on beasts?
Yes. It
Okay,
says
so
it's a beast.
so I'm just gonna give this to you. Being a druid, this is a monstrosity.
Oh, really?
Yeah, these
It's
things
not a
can't really
dog.
be friendly. Yeah, it's a warg.
Okay. And should I roll to know that ahead of time or not?
No, I'm just gonna give it to you.
Okay.
You've seen dogs, you've seen wolves, and this is neither of those.
Gotcha.
This is something that, yeah.
It's not friendly
And just
or
so,
reasonable.
Yeah, wargs would be. I mean, as well as goblins are known, wargs would be known because they typically go together. So,
Okay.
yeah, you would know it's a warg. Sorry.
That's fine. In that case, I'm actually going to go ahead and hold a Thorn Whip action. So basically, I pull the Thorn Whip out and I'm ready to
Okay,
slap
cool.
it as soon as it gets in range.
All right. What are you doing?
Alright, I'm gonna get closer.
Okay.
As well, I'd be probably around
Yep,
here.
around there.
I'm gonna pull out my short bow, and I'm just going to shoot them.
Okay.
How
All
close
right.
am I to the warg?
Say what? How close?
Yeah, how close? Trying to actually figure out if I'm
80, 60, 70, about 80.
I'm pretty sure that's
About
the range of
75.
the bow.
That's within range.
Yeah.
The short bow.
Yeah, it's 80, 320, I think.
We can look it up real fast.
I was looking him up.
Yeah, short bow is 80. Yeah.
80. Alright.
Nice.
Fire at it. 23.
23. Okay, it is because only the head is sticking out. It is at 3/4. Okay.
Do I have disadvantage?
No, it's just at 3/4, which means it adds +5 to its AC.
Okay.
But you rolled a 21. 20. Okay.
Even better.
23.
22.
22.
Yeah,
So
math is
Eagle
hard.
Eye comes out of here, and he's just like, as you're standing there with your legs apart, arrow goes, pew, and just clang right in the side of this thing's face. Roll damage.
5.
5 damage on the sucker. Okay, that hurt.
I hate dogs.
There's a big one. You say that as usual. I hate dogs. Great shot. Yes, right through the legs. Headshot, and now he's got an arrow kind of right inside of his jaw right there, and he's.
I
You
never
know.
miss.
Okay. Awesome. I'm just gonna put you here. You two can definitely go at the same time, but you also have a held action as well. So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna come out of the church.
Yes.
As far as I can go.
Yeah.
There.
Around next to them. Yep.
Yep. And then I will just roll vicious mockery
Okay.
as soon as he
Is that 60 feet?
60 feet.
Okay.
If he gets up next to Sark.
All right. Very good. So, it does furiously run around the corner and is going to bite you. It's
Yep.
got a 50 movement speed, so it's going to smack at you, but that puts it within range of your vicious mockery. So why don't you hit that first?
Wisdom save, please.
Okay. Oh yeah. Wait. You have.
Firebolt.
Okay. Why don't you roll while I roll? Okay. Wisdom saving throw. You don't speak its language apparently because it got a 16. What do you say to it?
I've seen tougher kitties.
Yeah. Roll for a wisdom saving throw. It hurts your feelings, not his. All right. And then why don't you give us your firebolt, right?
Only an
I have one
8.
in color.
An
if it's going
8.
to last.
Oh, look how beautiful that is. Look how beautiful that is. Yeah, let's do it. Well, no, actually, wait.
Another one.
Oh, what do you think, huh? Yeah. All right, so,
Oh no.
yeah,
Don't pull out
so,
No, that's fine. 1 is good.
what's your
30.
30? Okay.
I don't think he's in range.
Yeah, he's not going to be in range. So, yours is gone, and then you had.
And I'll wait to bite me, so.
Okay, you're going to wait for it to bite
Yep.
you? All right. And then it is going to. Where's that dice that I finally rolled well with? All right.
AC 18.
Oh, AC 18?
Yep.
Well, then does an 18 hit you?
Yes.
They're so big.
Experience points.
Yeah, so he runs up, and I actually rolled an 18, so he actually gets a +5 to that. Yeah. Oh, these are mean.
All right.
Okay, I might not use that dice on you again, because you might die right here. Okay.
Don't kill this.
2d6s.
We have an.
Okay.
We have another one.
Yeah, well, this is fine. We have another one.
That's why the gods gave us 2.
2 6s?
I rolled 2 6s.
Well,
Look,
the deadly orange dice. There it is, folks. Here, I'll hold it right here. 2 6s.
Well,
So,
I'm down.
well, hang on.
what's your total?
9.
Not dead.
I'm not dead.
Because it's 15. So I was 3 away from killing you. Because I rolled. You're 9, right?
Yeah.
And so I rolled a 15.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, I was 3 away from killing you with that bite.
That's why we're small.
Level 1.
We're so small.
Level 1 is the hardest level.
Okay, I need to double check to make sure there's 2. I could have sworn there's 2, but I need to double check because these guys scare me.
Actually, 3.
Let's just
Oh,
survive
there goes my whole
this
action.
one.
Sorry,
There yeah, you should have hit him. I'm gonna let you hit him first.
All right,
I'm
fine.
gonna let you, because you had it, man. I'm gonna have you do damage before you go down.
Let's see. That's an 18 to hit it.
That'll definitely hit.
All right, so with
Kills
the
it before it
mace,
hits him.
actually that'd be a 19 total because it's a +1 mace currently. For a minimum of 6 bludgeoning damage
6?
upside the head.
Okay.
Well, 6 is the
His
minimum.
ears are ringing.
6, and you did how much? You did 5, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely
Hurt.
still up. Okay.
Definitely 2.
It's I was actually reading its armor class when I was thinking health points. It's still dangerous and bad. Yeah.
Could be bad. Just took down
Yeah,
the big orc.
it could be bad. And I am gonna double check when it comes to the square. Yeah. So this one runs and is gonna start running past these guys, but it's not gonna be able to get all the. Well, no, it has 50, doesn't it?
Yeah.
30, 40, 50. It's just gonna be able to get right next to you guys.
Would that trigger my held action? Or...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead and do your whip.
All right, so I am going to do
whip
that.
Whip it good.
Ow,
Okay.
ouch. 10 to hit.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's gonna miss.
Yeah. So you.
Oh wait, I just realized. I forgot I have relentless endurance, so I'm automatically saved at 1 HP.
Nice.
So I'm still up.
Relentless endurance.
That worked.
Really?
Okay.
Little wobbly.
Well, that one's still gonna run by you, and it's gonna go after the other ones. And okay, so yeah, so as it's charging towards you, you see this. I mean, basically bring this guy to a knee, right? You're not prone or anything.
Right.
Oh, actually, yes, you do actually have to make a
Strength save?
strength saving throw.
Okay. That's cocked. Let's see. I have that's a 12.
12. Okay. You are knocked prone.
Okay.
So you see this guy go down, and you see, okay, so he runs around the corner, and he like, and he kind of nicks him, right? But then his teeth just sink into his side. I mean, right where the vitals are at, right? Just he's got this warg head. You know, in The Hobbit, when the warg like grabs Thorin. And just is crunching down on him. That's kind of what this looks like, right? Just, yeah, and then he just falls over because the sheer force of this like bite, it just kind of grabs him and then throws him down, right? Almost lost my glasses there. And then so you see that happen, and this one just starts running right towards you. You're like. And it just right at its feet, you know. When you're faced with something that intense, sometimes we misfire, and that's why you kind of swing by. But it's your turn.
Okay. This is really intimidating. So I'm gonna move 30 feet that way.
Okay.
Just, I don't want to be directly behind them.
Okay.
And I'm going to magic missile this guy.
Okay, awesome. So that just hits. So you get a roll, what, 3
Yep.
d4s? Awesome.
12 points of force damage.
Awesome. So as she's strafing, right? She's strafing as everyone else is taking all the hits, and she's just like, phew, 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 you know, and these, what color are they when they come out? You can make it up. It's up to you.
Purple.
Okay, so these purple bolts of energy just kind of they kind of sizzle as they come out, and then just and he's got some definitely has some burn marks on its side right now. Okay, so 12 damage. I thought they had less AC, less health points, so I wasn't gonna like write everything down, but now I really should. Oops, because they have more than I thought. All right. So we are down to that, and he is. You said 12.
Yep.
Okay,
He
so
rolled
he
all
is down
threes.
to that. Fantastic, all 3s. Well done. Okay. Sark.
Me again?
Yeah, you are on the ground with this this large monstrosity, just just drooling all over you. Your blood is pouring out. You're probably in the most pain you've probably ever been in because you have yet to have anything bite that hard before.
How rough does he look after I whacked his head?
He is. I mean, he's hurt, but
He's hurt, but
he's not bloodied. If that's what you're asking, he's not. He has blood.
Well,
He has blood
he
coming
has
out
blood.
of him.
Well, I'm gonna do something a little more reckless, in my opinion.
Okay.
Bonus action. I'm going to cast Searing Smite, so that
Okay.
my mace starts to burn with fire,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna whack him.
Okay. So you're just gonna smack him.
Yep.
Are you gonna get up?
Yeah, I'll pick myself. I'll try and
Okay.
pick myself up.
So you pick yourself up and then
And I'm gonna hit him.
do it.
That's a 22 to hit.
This one is covered in dragon armor. and so it misses. Yes, it hits. Yes, you hit him.
All right, so that's for 7 bludgeoning damage that time,
Okay.
and he is now currently on fire.
Awesome. When do I check for the fire? At the beginning or the end of its turn?
Oh, it also deals with extra d6 fire damage.
Okay.
So extra d6, 5 fire damage.
Okay, now he's definitely looking hurt. This
This is a
you,
different one.
as he brought you to
Oh,
your
actually-
knees.
Actually, it does an extra 1d6 fire damage at the start of each of its turns until the spell ends. It needs to make a con save, and on a failed save, it takes 1d6 fire damage.
Okay, so
on a
you
successful save, it ends.
so you automatically give it fire damage at the
Yep.
beginning,
Mhm.
and then again at the beginning of its turn.
Yep.
It makes a con save, and then if it fails, it takes more.
Yes.
Very good. All right, nice hit, Sark. Nice hit. Yeah, it's definitely hurt. You want to stand up as mini for me? All right. You have a different development than the last time.
Yes.
You-
Am I more than 5 feet from him?
Oh yeah, he's right. He came right up on you guys.
So can I like move to the side?
Yeah, you can stay. Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. I wanna be more than 5 feet away from him though.
Okay, so
Yes.
is he gonna get an opportunity attack? On
Well,
you?
that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, he would.
He
Yeah,
would?
He came right up on you guys.
All right. I'll risk the opportunity attack.
Okay.
I'll take one for the team.
Hello, different dice. Just for the record. This was the dice, for the record, that my DM, we traded dice when I left, right? This is real special dice to me, okay? I gave him one of mine, the dice I had been rolling the whole time I was with him, and he gave me this one. And typically, this one is mean. He told me that the dice I gave him sucks, but his is great. So, all right, so he is going to get a 13.
He misses.
So he snaps at you as you try to. He's used up his reaction now.
And I crossbow bolt the one on
fire.
Okay,
the one on
the one on fire.
This one's a bit better. Non-natural 20.
All right, roll
For
damage.
7 hit points.
7 hit points. How does he die, sir?
How does he die?
Agony.
Yes, in agony. He takes one right down the throat.
He's like, yeah, okay, awesome. So he's like,
Trying to bite him.
so as he hits them and sets them on fire, he's like, okay, awesome,
Nice.
awesome.
I like
Yes,
it.
it pierces the uvula. Which is something you never want to have to face. Unfortunately, he
And
will
I
never
yell
face it
out-
again because he's dead.
And I yell out, clerics are not disposable.
Wait, are you talking to me or are you talking to it?
We got another cleric. Please tell me you actually said that in character. No, okay.
Why would we say it in character?
What do you do?
All right. So first off, I cluck cluck and healing word on our guy up front.
Okay, very good.
So 7.
Nice.
7, nice. That's supposed to be
And-
almost back up to full health.
Yeah. And then I'm going to take my staff two-handed and thwack the one in front of me on the head.
So healing word is a bonus action?
It is.
Fan?
It is a bonus
Yeah.
action. See first. Oh, ouch. 11 to hit
Yeah.
and minimum damage.
Yeah.
So-
Okay, so you speak a word. Is it in your native tongue? So you cluck
yeah.
like so no one
Yeah, it would've been
understands
my
it,
native
right? All right. So what does? Okay, because you guys have like, you follow these gods. Yours is very radiant. Again, I want your healing to feel different. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna make you answer that right now unless you have something good off the top of your head. But
So basically, you get hit with a really cool breeze, and when that happens, your wounds start kind of healing over, and the pain starts going away a bit.
awesome.
I'll just kind of make a comment like, that feels nice. That's
Yes.
nice.
Yes, a cool breeze on a hot day. That's a
On
great
a cool evening.
Yeah, beautiful.
Hot evening.
Okay, awesome. So you feel it like just this waft up behind you. Beautiful. Okay, I love it. And then you're like, you're doing great, my support, but you're still really intimidated by this thing because
It is bigger than me.
It is bigger than you. It is angry. It is mean. It is sizzling though. Good job. All right, what do you do, sir?
Right, quick question. How tall is the roof of the church that I'm next to here?
Oh, yeah, it was a vaulted ceiling.
Really tall?
Yeah, it's pretty tall.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
it was,
so much
and
for
that's
that
the
idea.
reason why you could see
Okay.
that it was busted into because it was one of the tallest buildings.
Okay. Yeah, I'll circle around, get behind it then.
Okay, yeah,
Alright.
it's because he's within 5 feet, so you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak attack it.
Okay.
Stab it.
Well, he already used his
Reaction.
Yeah.
reaction
You could
to
leave his-
attack me. So
You could leave his range if you wanted to.
Why would I want to? I don't know.
Yeah, he's ready to stab it.
Better stabbing.
Stabby stab.
I'll put down the bow. I'll pull out my rapier and I'll cast stab.
Okay.
Alright, 21.
Yeah, that'll hit.
So that's your
7
D8.
damage. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I get another. That's my sneak attack, so regular damage 7. So 14.
That was the exact number. How does this go down, folks?
Alright. Yeah, I just sneak around to get behind it, and I'll like jump in the air and I'll like Spartan stab it in the back.
Spartan stab. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So
Pull
you
out
come
my
down on
sword.
top of it, and it kind of arches its back. It's big. It's got a big. It's a lot of fur on the back right there. So it kind of goes in. You're like, when am I going to hit body? Oh, there it is. And yeah, it
It was surprised.
it burps and farts simultaneously as it dies. Because you hit its diaphragm and it made it do things, I guess. That was fun. Okay. Okay, so you now have 2 dead wargs
cool. We have dinner.
next to you.
Send off my blade.
I'll just kind of look at my blade. It's just like it's after it kind of sits up. I'm like, well, glad I actually got to do the fire bit. Usually I don't have to do that, but
I'm gonna walk up to the far body and
Thanks.
just put my
I just
hands
got
out and
turned
start
to-
warming it on the corpse of the warrior that's still burning.
Yes,
Nice
it
and
is still
warm.
burning.
This is warm.
right, good shot, mate. I'll just give you a big old heavy pat on the back.
Thank you.
So you guys, okay. So, but here is.
We're hiding behind that.
Orgs don't have any loot on them, do they?
No.
No, nothing. Magic
If
daggers.
you want to spend the time to take their pelts, no, I'm just
Pelts?
kidding.
No. Meat? Yes.
Yeah. I'll cut off one of their tongues.
You'll cut off one of their tongues.
The liver is the best part, actually.
Is it as a memento or as food?
That was like a trophy kind
Okay,
of.
okay. So you're pulling out the tongue and he's like giving you advice on how to cook it.
Cat's got their tongue.
Sorry, let me. I kind of messed up the map a little bit. No, I didn't. I did the
really
map
left yourself
perfectly,
open for
but I
that
need
one.
to check something real quick here.
Oh. Did I happen to not get any teeth out of that ward that I smashed and it's currently on fire?
Yeah.
I can tell right now you're not going to
I'll
live
take
very
A2. Alright. I could probably.
Oh, but he's got 9 lives.
I'll see if there are any like other teeth and claws laying around. I'll be like,
Oh, it
huh,
won't
I
be
could probably
nine
use
for
those
you.
later.
Lucky me.
Um.
How lucky could he be if he needed to keep a lucky rabbit's foot?
Okay. All right, you have teeth.
How many?
Well, I mean, you can just sit there and smack it until teeth come out. So,
Give me the tooth.
yeah.
I'll just say 2 canines.
Okay.
So could we call you the Tooth Fairy?
I don't know. Is there such a thing as a tooth fairy? I don't know. What is this tooth fairy you speak of?
Well, that
cat got
depends
your
on
tongue?
I did miss that.
Go there.
But I think sometimes I have a passive defense against puns.
It's a family show.
Get
Can't go
past your
there.
AC.
Yeah, didn't get past my AC.
I'll have to try harder next time.
Like a great passive pun perception thing.
Your
Yeah.
vicious mockery failed on him.
I feel like I've been issued a challenge.
No, you two can't sit together anymore. You can't sit together anymore. Not gonna be able to handle all these punny things happening around. No. Okay. So aside from gathering weird trophies, what do you guys want to do next?
Go into the end.
Okay. So.
And I'm not gathering weird trophies. I'm gathering meat.
Okay. So you're slicing off flanks.
Yep, I'm proficient in survival, so.
Awesome. There's like, you know when people say something is gamey? There's like.
Well, granted, it is an acquired taste.
Yeah, there's like gamey deer, there's like gamey squirrel, raccoon, and then there's like warg.
But you
So,
remember my character's background.
if
He's
you-
actually had some before.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If you cook it up, everyone else who eats it's gonna have a little Constitution saving throw. Not for anything bad, just to see if you gag. So, because it's gross.
So well, let's hope there's some alcohol in this bar to cook it in.
Right. All right. So there are 2 entrances. Yeah, that's the end, right? Yeah, there's 2 entrances on the front. There's one close to the south. There's a north and there's a south side entrance. Which one do you want to go into?
The south entrance.
Okay.
Yep, whichever one's
Alright.
closer.
So whichever one's closer. All right. So we're gonna turn the book this way. No. Okay. So as you walk into the south entrance, you notice another really big boulder has done some damage. That's what you see right there. Let's see here. So there's kind of there's a wall there. It kind of is broken into the wall. And there are this door. There's a door right here. It's open. Okay. And you can see that there are stairs going up this way and then stairs going up this way. So, okay. So like there's a flight and then a flight, right? And
Is this like a 2-story building or is it bigger
yep,
than
it's
that?
a 2-story building. Yeah. So you see. Let's see. What do you see? As you come into this area, this is a dining room area. There's obviously a rock that's punched through here, destroying dining tables, and there's long benches. There's a remainder of a bed and wardrobe from above that I've kind of, that's, and let's see here. That's the first thing that you see. Oh wait, nope, sorry, yep. But then one of the things that you see is that you see a goblin dead right there, and you see a pool of blood has gathered underneath him. So,
I'd like to.
no booze in sight. Sorry.
I'd like to investigate to see if I can get an idea of how long it's been there.
Sure, sure.
Would that be
Yeah,
nature?
you guys want to
or-
move your kind of again. We'll just use someone's miniature as kind of like where you guys are all at. So we're gonna put you in here.
I'll take the north entrance.
Okay, so while they're going in the north entrance, you're going to go, I mean, in the south, you're going to go in the north?
Sure.
Okay.
So this be like a survival check or
So this is a medicine check.
medicine check? Okay.
Yep, medicine check.
11.
On the, you're doing this on the goblin, correct?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, you see that the wound is fresh, and that you're by your guess, best guess, it's he's not been dead for very long, like
bite marks?
under a half an hour.
Okay.
Right? You see a hang on. You see a crossbow bolt sticking out, like what he has, and that's what killed him. Good, a very skilled shot hit him just in the right spot and took him down.
As soon as I see that, I actually start looking around. I'd like to do a perception check, see if there's anyone else in the room,
Sure.
perhaps hidden.
Yeah. Sure. Give me a perception.
16.
A 16. Yeah. You hear something coming from the other area that you're going into, because as this is happening, you are stepping into the northern one, and you see as you open the door, you get the attention of a goblin.
Oh, wait.
Hang on. I think I'm reading the wrong thing. Oh, yep, I'm reading the wrong thing. Sorry. You see another part of
This inn has been hit by another boulder?
and this is the kitchen. However, a lot of it is undamaged. And you see a sack that is kind of laying on the ground. So it looks like someone was going through here at some point, and so stuff has been kicked around, kind of like the other thing. And you do see a sack that some items are spilling out of it.
It looks a lot like the sack that the goblins
Very,
had.
very similar. Yes.
Okay. I'm alert, looking around. Do I see anybody trying to hide or anything like that?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
No!
Okay.
If I can, I would like to look in that direction and tell him to stop moving. There's someone there.
Okay. Sorry. My apologies. I misread something. You don't hear anything.
Okay.
You had a 16 perception check,
16.
right? Yeah. You don't hear anything.
Okay. Never mind.
You heard him.
Is there?
You're like, hey, there might. Oh wait, no, because you don't see him. You can't really see him.
Yep.
There is a door right here
That leads into this hallway where the stairs are at, right? But that one is not open.
Okay.
and so, yeah. So what you rolled what now?
I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
It's like, what can I see here? Oops, my pants fell down.
Yeah, right. Naturally. Did I see you roll something else with it? No. Okay. Did either of our clerics take the guidance? Nope. No. The most overused spell at my table. No. I guide myself. Just rolling the
I
d4.
didn't give myself guidance.
I was wondering if that's what I saw. Okay. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, your pants fall down. Fantastic. I love it. I love it. The warg attack kind of messed with you a little bit, and
Jeez, you got my belt. I didn't realize.
yep,
At least no one was there to see you.
yep, yeah.
I
No
mean,
one saw
I
it.
can see him.
Well, no.
No, I can see him.
No, no, you can't
There's
see him.
a
He's in a different
wall.
room.
Oh, he's gone into the room now?
I'd like to.
Yeah, he went
Oh,
to the other
gotcha.
room. Yeah.
I'd like to
Let's
step
say
into
he
the
was-
stairwell.
Step in the stairwell. Okay. Yep.
Or the
Okay, you're in the
stairs.
stairwell. Is the
Are the
stairwell?
stairs intact?
Yeah, stairs are intact. You can totally go upstairs.
I'm gonna go upstairs.
Okay. All right. Well, do you want to go that way or that way? There's rooms on either side.
Left.
Well, actually, I'm sorry. There's 4 rooms. There's north, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. So which one do you want to go in? So when you go up the stairs, I should say, when you go up the stairs, the closest room would be the southeast. So,
The door open?
let's look here. No, it's not.
I'll go open that door.
Okay.
Open the room.
This is a bedroom that contains 2 beds. There's a wardrobe, a desk, there's a chair, there's an oil lamp in the corner. There's a small table tucked between the 2 beds. There's a bearskin rug on the floor. Yep.
Didn't look like anyone was in this room before whatever happened.
This is the first room you've seen that doesn't look like it's been torn apart. Yep. Yep. Well, what are you doing?
I guess I'll look around. I guess I'll check out the goblin body too.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Did you just kind of looked at it and you just started looking around? Did you say
Well, as soon
anything?
as I saw the crossbow bolt, I started looking for maybe where it came from, especially considering how fresh it is.
Yeah.
I guess if he would have looked up, I guess I would have tried to perceive as well.
So he kind of looked and he started looking around. You know.
I guess I'll try perception.
Sure.
Too. Natural 1. So
Oh, your pants fall down too. My goodness.
What the bridge?
Roll Constitution to see if you blush.
Natural 20.
You don't blush.
Like,
Two blind clerics.
Half orcs don't
Two blind
blush.
clerics.
What am I talking about?
it was like.
He doesn't care. He's like, oh, every perception check that you get a natural 1, your pants fall down from this point forward. All right, very good. Okay, so yeah, your pants fall down. You're a little distracted. What are you doing?
I will go up the stairs also.
Okay, what are you doing?
Head to the kitchen. There's got to be some alcohol in here somewhere.
Okay, so you kind of go across, and so now he walks in just as you're pulling up your pants. And okay, so where do you want to go? She went into to the southeast. Where do you want to go? Southwest. That'll be the next closest room.
Yeah, I'll give you southwest.
Okay, so the next closest room. All right, so when you open this room, this is the room where the bed and the dresser that are now below used to be. So you open that up. There's a big thing on the floor. Destroyed the 2 beds, and then but there you see a woman lying on the ground. She's blonde. She's got pale skin, and she's laying on the ground. She looks like she's out cold.
I go up to her. Is she still alive?
Oh yeah, yep, she's still alive.
Okay.
She's still alive. As you approach her, you see that she has a snake wrapped around her arm, and it has wings on it.
Like a tattoo or a real
Oh,
one?
sorry, a real one. Yeah.
Is that alive too?
Yeah, no, it's alive. Yeah, it's moving, and so as you approach, and you're kind of like, are you alive? You kind of see, you see the snake coiled up around her arm, and it's kind of poking at her face.
Oh, so it's not harming her.
No.
Okay. I will shout out to the rest of them that can someone come up here who can heal?
Okay.
Just a sec. Yeah, I'll be right there. I'm just starting.
So you're the closest one, so.
I'm gonna hear that. Well, I can't heal. I'm just gonna go look at the other.
Okay, so you can go to the other room. Okay. You want to go northeast, north, or south?
Northeast.
Northeast. Okay. Let's see here. Northeast. would be, so this is another room that has a big chunk of it out, right? And in this room, let's see, most of it's just destroyed. Hanging on the west wall is a tapestry depicting a mountain landscape, and then there's, okay, so most of that's gone, right? But there is a window, and under the window is a chest.
Can I get
And well, yes, the floor looks a little unstable. So, yes. You're gonna go for it? Okay, cool. Give me, give me a dexterity check. I'm gonna see how gently you walk on it. 17. All right. So you kind of set your foot down on one of them. You're like, oh, okay, that's no good. So you kind of sidestep that one. You're able to kind of walk, and you're able to. Okay, there's a beam underneath this one. So you kind of find that, and then you follow the wall, and you're able to get to it. It is locked. So, oh, did I say why? You know what's really funny? Is that it says is a locked wooden chest, and then the character can attempt to unlock the iron chest. So we're gonna say it's iron, considering who it belongs to. You don't know who it is, but I do. So,
Yeah, I'd love to attempt to unlock it.
do you have thieves' tools?
I have a dagger.
You have a dagger. You're like, okay, you fail. You have to have thieves' tools to do it. Okay. So I'm gonna let you give me a perception check real quick, because you're looking for booze.
Yeah, anything.
Or just anything? Okay.
Really.
You see the sack just like he did.
Okay.
And there's a sack that's kind of stuff that's kind of.
Yeah, I saw it first.
Yeah, you're still pulling up your pants, bro. I'm just kidding. You are both able to walk towards it at the same time. I love how you both have kind of
I know.
taken on the looting side of things
Well, no.
already. I love it. No, I know you. I know, like that might not actually be your character. It's just what
Yes.
you're doing. But as of now, that's what you know of each other.
Check out the sack. As far as I'm concerned, he's a looter.
Yeah, and as far as you're concerned, so is he.
Yeah, that's probably what he thinks.
All right, so oh shoot, what is that? That's the kitchen. Okay, so the sack on the top, there are some muffins that have spilled out. There's a block of cheese. There's some chicken. There's a frying pan, an iron pot, a bullseye lantern. There's a couple flasks of oil, some cooking utensils, a jar of cloves, a jar of saffron. I just imagine you two kind of get to the sack at the same time. You both kind of look at it, and you're both kind of looking and pulling things out. And it's a big sack. In fact, it's like
It's huge.
it's got a lot of stuff in it.
Loot goblin-sized sack.
In fact, you would wonder how a goblin would be able to do this. There is the thing that looks like it might be most. It might be worth the most is a cracked hourglass that could be worth something if it's repaired. But there's also a dented silver jug. So the silver jug looks like it's worth something.
Things that need repaired.
A jar of saffron would also be a gold piece, easy. The dented jug, silver jug. Again, this is just so that it'd be worth about. I don't want to have to come back and try to find these when you guys are selling stuff in town.
Yes.
So I'm just giving it to you. It's again worth 20 gold pieces. And the cracked hourglass, if it's repaired, is going to be worth about 25. As it is, it's probably only going to get you a gold. Just one. Okay, and then the jar of saffron is going to be worth a gold piece, and then the jar of cloves is going to be worth a silver piece. So that's what you see, a bunch of kitchen stuff. None of the alcohols.
Disappointment.
Yeah.
I'll eat some cheese and I'm gonna.
Okay, so you are going upstairs.
Yep.
You don't care, so you're just kind of looking around. You are. Yep. And what are you doing?
Well, she called for a healer. So
Yeah.
I
Okay.
guess
So
I'll
you both
probably
kind of
go
head upstairs.
there.
All right. So you approach this gal, and she's just lying there, like, you know. And so, what do you want to do?
Can I do a check on what kind of creature it is?
The woman?
No, the
Oh, the
snake
snake.
creature.
Yeah, you can give me a.
You can give me a nature.
19.
Excuse me. That is a flying snake. That's what
Okay.
things imply. Yeah.
I would like to reach my hand out, and I'm gonna touch it and cast Beast Bond on it.
Oh, and what does that do?
Okay. I established a telepathic link with one beast that you touch that is friendly to you or charmed by you. The spell fails if the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher. And until the spell ends, the link is active while you and the beast are within line of sight of each other. Through the link, the beast can understand your telepathic messages to it, and it can telepathically communicate simple emotions and concepts back to you. While it is active, the beast gains advantage on attack rolls against any creature within 5 feet of you that you can see.
So it automatically fails if its intelligence is what?
4 or higher.
If it's 4 or higher, if it's a smart creature, it fails. The spell fails.
Okay. It does have a 4. Intelligence.
Darn.
So you're like, friend! It's like, it's not, I mean, it doesn't look agitated or angry, but it does have an intelligence of 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So, is there a save or?
No.
Or it just always automatically fails?
Yeah, it's just a intelligence check here, essentially. When that doesn't work, I'll start the ritual of speak with animals.
Okay.
I'll just talk to the woman. It's just like, are you alright? I'll try and see if she's. Can I see like how badly she's hurt? If she's hurt, medicine check.
Yeah, give me a medicine check.
There's an orc. Lady, I'm medically trained. I can help you.
I'm gonna say that's basically what I do with the roll of a 3.
Yep. You're like, lady, are you okay? Hey. Surprisingly enough, that's enough to like rouse her.
Surprising.
Right? It's not been one of your best moments. She's like, whoa, hey, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
So it's like a 5. That's what I was.
Oh, what happened? What happened? Oh my.
You were passed out on the floor here, and you're all right after. And I just kind of point towards the hole. Is this the same room that's above where the hole in the floor is? Like, are you all right after all this happened? I'm like,
Yeah. She's like, yeah. She says, well, I heard goblins and I was trying to hide, and then that beam fell and hit me on the head, and that's the last thing I remember.
there were goblins. I mean, was there more than one, or?
Yeah, and she says, I heard them coming into town. I was just trying to stay outside.
Is there a beam that's currently laying around?
She's laying next to it. There's all kinds of rubble.
Okay.
No. She says, I was a guest. I was just here traveling through town. And I was staying in the inn. And then these rocks started to fall. And everyone ran. And I didn't know what to do. I don't know what's around here. So I just decided to just hide. And then everything was quiet. And I didn't know what to do. And I was trying to figure out if I should leave or if I should stay. And then I saw goblins, and so I decided it wasn't safe, and so I stayed. And then more goblins showed up later. And
How long after the rocks fall did you encounter the goblins?
She says that it was a couple hours afterwards. She said rocks started falling out of the sky, and I just hid right over there, and I didn't want to, So that's kind of her.
Knowing the contradiction that's obviously come up, because we heard the goblins say that they came here a day ago, and here you say the story that they fled within hours and then the goblins were here.
Sure.
So I'm going to insight her.
Sure.
That's a 7.
That's a 7. Yeah.
She's telling the truth. I mean,
She's on the up and up.
she seems like she's on the up and up, even though
You're
even
the
though her
other one in here,
information's out
and you're the
of
other one in
whack.
here, right?
Still downstairs.
Well, again, she said that they fell out of the sky, and then she saw goblins, which goblins showed up as scouts, and then she said later more goblins showed up. So it kind of checks out a little bit.
Maybe I'm like, maybe she got her times mixed up in all the panic and the commotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
that's what the goblins told you. They said that the villagers fled because of the attack. The goblin scouts came to see if there's anyone left. Went and got their people. More showed up, and that's what she said. She said while she was looking, then something fell, knocked her out, and that's where she was. So.
Did you see who did like why the rocks are falling? Like, who threw them or who's attacking?
Let's see here. Let's see. Hang on, I gotta read what she knows.
How late are we going tonight?
We're gonna be ending out here real soon. 9:30 is where we're gonna end here. Let's see. So she doesn't know where the rocks came from. Yeah, she has no idea.
Okay, so now I'm down to 3.
She's like, they just were falling out of the sky. So many of them. And as soon as my room was attacked, I just got in a corner and just tried to stay quiet.
Interesting snake friend you've got there.
Yeah, this is my companion. He comes with me everywhere.
Did we ask her what her name was?
No.
I'll ask, what's your name?
She says that her name is Kella. I'm Kella. I'm just a simple monk who is traveling through town.
Has it been about 10 minutes yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so my Speak with Animals will be active.
Sure.
I'd like to ask the snake, how long have you been here?
How long we've been here?
Yeah. And I'll actually, can I choose what language I say this in? Because they can communicate with me regardless. But
Is it telepathically, or do you have to speak to it?
I believe it's. Let me double check. Verbally, yeah, I gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts.
Okay. Okay.
So I'll actually speak in Druidic.
Okay.
Then, how long have you guys been here?
Okay. She said the snake says about 3 days.
Okay.
Now again, I'm trying to think. What a snake would know. He's like 3 moons or 3 shiny lights or 3 brights or something. It comes out very. Snaky. 3 darks have passed. Yeah.
Okay.
3 sleeps.
Who is this? Is she a human?
Yeah.
Who is this human?
This friend.
You want to kill that guy up there? There's one guy in that squad.
This friend.
Where'd rocks come from?
So rocks from sky. From bigger rock in sky.
From bigger rock and sky?
That's what it says. Bigger rock in sky.
Okay. I'll
How long does it last?
10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's
So
she's kind of watching this interaction, and she's like, she kind of starts putting the snake away. Is like, what are you doing? Are you talking to it? How are you doing that?
So I look at the human and said, of course I am.
She's probably thinking, you're a bird, you think it's a giant worm.
Yeah. She's like, don't do it. She's like, well, stop. This is my, and she like slips it in to like her cloak and then like buttons it up or whatever, and the snake disappears.
Right. So I'll say one last thing in Druidic is, are you okay in there? Do you want out?
Warm. Nice and warm.
So I'm going to turn to you. What languages do you speak?
Common, Dwarf, Elvish, and Sylvan.
So I'll just kind of quietly say to you, snake agrees with human.
But with that interrogation of the snake, we'll leave you guys to think about what did the snake mean when he said rocks falling from bigger rock in the sky. Ooh, cliffhanger. So, you have a question?
Are there hinges on the back of this chest?
Are there hinges on the back of this chest? It is a very well made iron, dwarvish iron looking thing. So.
Need the cat right now.
I don't want to touch the cat right now.
So, so I just got to say thank you all for joining us, friends, and thank you for putting up with our first test run. We'd love to invite you back every Monday at 6:30. We're going to be here at D6, and we're going to continue this story and figure out what happened here in the city of, I already forgot the name, of Nightstone, and we're going to, see if we can figure out what the big rock that the little rocks were falling from. Or, well, they're not really that little, but comparatively, apparently.
Yes.
So, we're going to sign off now. Thank you so much for joining us. And again, feel free to please or follow, or I mean, if you want to subscribe, that'd be great. But I don't think we have enough followers to take subscriptions.
No, but you can follow us for now.
Yeah, please follow us. Please follow us, and please join in, because the more people join in, the more fun it is. Thanks, guys. Good job. Great first session.
Great first
and
session.
No one died yet. So
Yeah.
woohoo.
I was close. They got
Really
for
close.
endurance.
All right, we'll see you guys later for D6
right.
Stories.